Chapter 2859. After Qin Yun and Xiao Yuelon finished talking, he took out the Divine King Heavenly Seal and checked the internal situation to see how the evolution is going. If the Divine King Heavenly Seal evolves well, then he will have a large amount of Divine Cosmos Goldstones in his hands. At that time, he will be able to quickly increase his Divine Cosmos energy and reach the second level of the Divine Space Realm. Once he reaches the second level of the Divine Space Realm, he will have to enter the Nine Sun Holy Ground to kill enemies. Qin Yun is not afraid. Instead, he is looking forward to it, because he heard great elderlings say that the Nine Sun Holy Ground still needs a lot of resources, especially after those powerful races were forced to leave the Nine Sun Holy Ground. The passage to the outer verse is getting stronger and stronger, so there are more and more good things coming from the outer verse. Moreover, when the Nine Sun Holy Ground appeared, the Nine Sun Dharma Spirit invested a lot of resources in order to make the powerful races inside stronger. But before those powerful races could find the good things inside, the alien life forms came. Qin Yun stayed in the Ling residence for a day. Then he couldn't wait to bring the 20 people to the Imperial Heaven sect. He contacted Yu Yuan, so he directly brought them to the residence of the sect master. The Imperial Heaven sect's buildings are very simple. Even the sect master's residence is only a bit big. There is nothing special about it, so it looks very shabby. The 20 people Qin Yun brought are all middle-aged and old people of the Ling residence. When they saw that the sect master's residence is very simple, they were disappointed at first. But after they entered and sensed Yu Yuan's dreadful divine cosmos energy pressure, they immediately became very nervous. Yu Yuan is not stupid. He can guess that there is something fishy about this matter, because the 7 people Qin Yun brought before were all from the Ling family. Now he brought 20 Ling family members with awakened bloodline, heavenly runes. There is no need to think too much to know that there is something fishy about this. Yu Yuan used his examination mirror to look at the Ling family's middle-aged and old people. They indeed have bloodline heavenly runes, but they are all second generation. The Ling family's middle-aged and old people are very reserved in front of Yu Yuan. After all, they have never come into contact with such powerful people. Xiao Qin, let's talk in private. Yu Yuan brought Qin Yun to a room and said in low voice, "Tell me honestly, do you have some secret technique that can let people awaken bloodline heavenly runes?" Qin Yun knew that he could not hide it from these old foxes. He said, "Sect Master, if you sign a confidentiality contract with me, I will tell you clearly. People with bloodline heavenly patterns in their bodies will be able to achieve twice the results with half the effort in the Divine Space Realm, and they will need much less resources. That's why we attach great importance to them." After Yu Yuan finished speaking, he signed a confidentiality agreement with Qin Yun. "Sect Master, to tell you the truth, Ling family once gave me a great heaven bloodline heavenly rune. I used this bloodline heavenly rune along with my godly king heavenly seal to help them awaken their bloodline heavenly rune." Qin Yun took out his godly king heavenly seal. No wonder their bloodline heavenly runes look like they have just awakened. It was really done by you. Yu Yuan is very shocked. He sighed and said, "With Divine King Heavenly Seal is really a good thing. Inside my godly Monarch Heaven Seal, there is a very large storage space. It can hold large amounts of Divine Universe Goldstone. If I want to press out the runes, I will need large amounts of Divine Universe Goldstone." Qin Yun sighed and said, "That's why I also need to spend a lot of money. From start to finish, I have helped several hundred people of Ling family. The consumption is very great." Yu Yuan knows that Qin Yun is a crafty person, but he doesn't doubt Qin Yun's words at all, because their Yu ancient clan also has a similar method to help people awaken bloodline heavenly rune. It indeed requires a lot of resources, and it is not guaranteed to succeed. Those 20 people outside are very old. They're not worth 300 million per head. But seeing that your loss is not small, I will still pay you 300 million. Yu Yuan patted Qin Yun's shoulder and said with a smile, "You should encourage Ling family to have more children. This way they can provide us with more bloodline heavenly rune warriors." Qin Yun took out a gold card and accepted the 6 billion Divine Universe Goldstone. Then he said with smile, Sect Master, I have a bloodline heavenly rune box. I am currently studying it. You should know that my wife is with Xiao Hong's grandmother. Oh, Yu Yuan's eyes lit up. He has already guessed what Qin Yun wants to do. I plan to let my wife get the bloodline heavenly rune source of Xiao ancient clan and then use it with my own bloodline heavenly rune to try to awaken bloodline heavenly rune for the Xiao family members. If it succeeds, can I introduce them to Imperial Heaven Sect? Qin Yun said with smile. That's possible, but the prerequisite is that they have to sign a contract with our Imperial Heaven Sect. Otherwise, they will run away after eating our resources and becoming stronger. That won't do. Xiao Qin, can you help our ancient clan awaken bloodline heavenly rune? Yu Yuan said with mischievous smile. I will need you to provide me with a bloodline heavenly rune source. If it succeeds, then the cost. Qin Yun said. The fee can be negotiated. Wait for a while. I will ask the higher-ups to give you a bloodline heavenly rune source. Yu Yuan said in low voice. This matter is confidential. I won't tell the higher-ups. You and I will know. Both Sun Yin Divine Race and Great Heaven Divine Race can produce bloodline heavenly rune, but it is their own creation, not ancestral bloodline heavenly rune. Qin Yun left Yu Yuan's residence and returned to his small building. He already has nearly 10 billion Divine Universe Golden Stones. Divine Moon Clan and Ling family are not short of Divine Universe Golden Stones, so he decided to save them and use them to increase his strength. Yu Yuan and other elders have always been worried that Imperial Heaven Sect does not have many bloodline heavenly rune disciples. Now, with Qin Yun's help, they can quickly get a batch. These newly recruited disciples belong to them. As for the geniuses of Yu Ancient Clan, they only entered Imperial Heaven Sect to compete. They are not people the Sect Master and Elders can manage. Although Qin Yun has nearly 10 billion Divine Universe Golden Stones, he still owes a lot. Moreover, the next evolution of Divine King Heavenly Seal requires 100 billion, so he still needs to earn more Divine Universe Golden Stones. He thought of the other young people of Heaven Opening Clan. If he can find more young people with third-generation bloodline heavenly runes and introduce them to Imperial Heaven Sect, he might be able to earn enough Divine Universe Golden Stones for the next evolution of Divine King Heavenly Seal. Ancient Dragon Clan should be easy to deal with. I have to send someone to infiltrate them. Ancient Qin Clan. Do I have to go alone? Qin Yun is already in Imperial Heaven Sect, so it will not be easy to sneak in. All right. Boss Xie is in Tianqin Sect. Xie Wufeng went to Ancient Qin Clan's Tianqin Sect, and Qin Yun still keeps in touch with him. What about Ancient Qi Clan? What a coincidence. Our Qin, Xiao, and Qi empires all have people in Ancient Heaven Opening Clan. Qin Yun thought of Qi Malian. She is now in Divine Moon Clan and is working under Granny Taiwei. Qin Yun, the Divine King Heavenly Seal, has evolved. You could try it out. Taishi's voice sounded, interrupting Qin Yun, who is thinking of getting rich. Chapter 2860. After Qin Yun learned of the Divine King Heavenly Seal's evolution, he suddenly became excited. This means that he can immediately increase the upper limit of his Divine Cosmos power. Let's go to Metalstone Division to retrieve the Divine Universe Metalstone first. Qin Yun had 2 cards, one of which belonged to the Imperial Heaven Gate. The Divine Universe Goldstones inside could only be obtained from the Goldstone Department of the Ancient Yu Clan. It was said that the Heaven-splitting Ancient Clan would create a Metalstone alliance in the future. At that time, all the Metalstone shops in the Divine Wilderness could be used. I wonder if I can take away all the Divine Universe Goldstones in this Goldstone Department. Qin Yun's Divine Universe Gold card already had 10 billion Divine Universe Goldstones, but they were all stored in the Heaven Imperial Chapter's Goldstone section. In order not to attract attention, he planned to wait for a period of time before retrieving it. Moreover, he still had over 2 billion Divine Universe Goldstones on him. He now had a total of more than 12 billion Divine Universe Golden Stones. There were more than 10 billion in the Divine Universe card and more than 2 billion in the 9 Yang Divine Spirit. He could now use the Divine Universe Golden Stones to cultivate. Brother Taisher, Is it true that 10 million can replenish 100 points? Qin Yun still found it hard to believe. If that was the case, then it would be worth it. You'll know once you try, Taisher said. Qin Yun immediately used 200 divine cosmos force to attack the divine cosmos in his body to raise his upper limit. After using 200 points of God Universe power, he placed 10 million God Universe gold stones into the God King Heavenly Seal. Then he pressed it against his chest, allowing his God Universe to sense the energy that the God King Heavenly Seal sent in. The energy injected by the God King Heaven Seal instantly entered the divine universe in his body. All right, Qin Yun used the primordial beginning divine mirror to check. Indeed, his divine cosmos power had increased by 100. After confirming that he only needed 10 million divine cosmos powers to replenish 100 divine cosmos powers, Qin Yun placed more than 2 billion divine cosmos goldstones into the heavenly seal space and began raising his divine cosmos powers. Spending 20 million divine cosmos goldstones could raise the upper limit of his divine cosmos powers by 1 point. It was not very expensive, especially with Qin Yun's current ability to earn divine cosmos goldstones. In just one night, the upper limit of Qin Yun's divine universe force had risen to 500 points. The more than 2 billion divine universe goldstones he had placed in the godly Monarch heavenly seal had nearly been used up. There were only a few tens of millions left. What made him depressed was, after reaching 500, the upper limit of divine cosmic force could no longer be increased. For others, once the upper limit of their divine space force reached 500, they would be able to step into the second tier of the divine space realm. Qin Yun did not sense that he had reached his limit, but he was unable to increase the upper limit of his divine cosmos power. You need to temper your divine universe golden tendons, Taisher said. Your 108 divine universe golden tendons need to be strengthened further to increase the upper limit of your divine universe power. I know. They want to spend the divine universe goldstone, right? Said Qin Yun with a sigh. Using 1 billion to strengthen a divine universe golden tendon. As for how much it can increase the upper limit, I'm not sure, but my guess is that strengthening a divine universe golden tendon can increase the upper limit of your divine universe force by 3 points. Taisher said, 3 o'clock? Once those 108 divine cosmos golden tendons are tempered, wouldn't the upper limit of my divine cosmos force increase by more than 300? In addition to the previous 500, it would be more than 800. Qin Yun took a deep breath. He felt that it was worth it. This was because after the divine universe golden tendons were strengthened, not only would the upper limit of divine universe energy increase, but it also meant that his physical body would also become stronger. That is indeed the case, but you don't have any more divine universe golden stones now, Taisher said. Qin Yun still has 10 billion in his divine universe gold card. However, it is not easy to take it out. He took out the magic mirror and contacted Yu Yuan. After asking, he found out that each person has a daily limit of 1 billion divine universe golden stones in the Imperial Heaven Gate. 1 billion is 1 billion. It's better than nothing. Qin Yun immediately went to the golden stone store in the Imperial Heaven Gate and took away 1 billion divine universe golden stones. Then he rushed back to the small building to strengthen his divine universe golden tendons. After strengthening one, his upper limit of divine universe power increased by 3 points. Now his divine universe power is 503. Qin Yun doesn't have any more divine universe golden stones. This made him feel very uncomfortable. He can only stop for the time being and cultivate the exploding universe divine technique. Imperial light came back. He found out that Qin Yun's divine universe power has reached 500 and jumped in fright. Elder, my current divine space force is 500. If I were to use the exploding universe divine art to erupt in one go, will my divine space force be able to erupt to 1,000? But according to the first level of exploding universe divine technique, I should be able to reach 1,500. Qin Yun didn't try to use all of his divine universe power in one go because it is very risky. If his body can't bear it, he will suffer serious injury. Your mastery of Exploding Universe Divine Techniques foundation is pretty good, but you still haven't learned the first level's quintessence. Imperial Light said, Is that so? What quintessence? Qin Yin took out a booklet, opened it, and said with frown, I don't have it. I have learned everything I can. You need to use Divine Universe Golden Tendons. Have you tempered all 108 Divine Universe Golden Tendons? Imperial Light said with mischievous smile, The quintessence of Exploding Universe Divine Technique is to coordinate with Divine Universe Golden Tendons. This is what I comprehended. Qin Yin didn't think about it. He promptly asked, How do I coordinate with it? Imperial Light said, Let's go to the cultivation room. Use your mirror to look at my Divine Universe power. I will show you. Qin Yin is at Imperial Light's residence. He followed Imperial Light to the underground cultivation room and took out the Divine Mirror of Origin. Now I will use 100 Divine Universe power. Moreover, I will use the first level of Exploding Universe Divine Technique. You see how much Divine Universe power I can erupt with. Imperial Light finished speaking and punched the ground. His Divine Universe power is very strong. It reached 300. 100 Divine Universe power can erupt with 300. This is still without adding in other battle skills. Your Divine Universe power doesn't circulate in your 108 Divine Universe Golden Tendons, so you can't cultivate the first level to the peak. I thought you would be able to comprehend it. Elder Imperial Light said with smile. Qin Yin curled his lips and said, My Divine Universe Golden Tendons are still very weak. I don't dare to use it. Speaking of which, with my current Divine Universe Golden Tendons, can they really endure such a high level of Divine Universe power eruption? Next is another crucial point. That is to let the Divine Universe power leave the body and erupt in an instant. This way it won't cause too much harm to the body. I will use Exploding Universe Divine Technique to circulate 100 Divine Universe power inside my body, increase it to 200, then instantly erupt with 300. Elder Imperial Light said. Qin Yin understands that this requires very strong control. He must be very familiar with how to use it. Only then can he grasp this exquisite opportunity to exert force. You now have 500 Divine Universe power. You are not invincible among first-layer Divine Universe realm. Many geniuses of you ancient clan are also first-layer Divine Universe realm. They are tempering Divine Universe Golden Tendons and cultivating Battle God Technique at the same time. You have exchanged pointers with them. You will know how strong they are. Imperial Light looks very tired. He just came back not long ago. He did not have time to rest. He is already guiding Qin Yin in cultivation. Chapter 2861. Qin Yin already wanted to compete with those geniuses to see their level. He also heard from Sect Master Yu Yuan that there are many geniuses from Yu Ancient Clan who are trying a new cultivation path. It is to cultivate beyond the limit at peak first layer of Divine Space Realm and surpass the normal limit of Divine Space Power. Many people need to break through to second layer at first layer Divine Space Realm, but those geniuses who pursue the limit and have large amount of resources do not. Every time they break through, they surpass the limit. When the geniuses of the heaven-splitting ancient clan were at the first stage of the Divine Space Realm, their Divine Space Power's upper limit was more than 500. There were quite a few who had 600, and there were even a few who had 700. Then when will I have the chance to compete with them? Qin Yin is already itching to try out his Exploding Universe Divine Technique. In the near future, you first-layer Divine Space Realm cultivators need to properly fight, because when you reach second layer, you'll have to enter Nine Sun Holy Land to kill enemies. You need to build a solid foundation before entering Nine Sun Holy Land, so that you won't be flustered. Yu Guang said with smile. Elder, do you have any bloodline heavenly room materials? Qin Yin suddenly asked. I exchanged all the materials I got from Nine Sun Holy Land for divine pills. I also need resources to cultivate. Yu Guang said with smile. Elder, you should go and rest. I will go back to practice Exploding Universe Divine Technique. Qin Yin also wants to quickly go back and practice Exploding Universe Divine Technique. If there is an opportunity to compare notes inside Imperial Heaven Sect, I will contact you. Yu Guang nodded. After Qin Yun returned, he took out the magic mirror and contacted Yu Yao Yao. Yu Yao Yao has already returned, so he asked her to come over. The red-haired, beautiful demon woman saw Qin Yun and said in annoyance, "Boss Qin, I didn't get any materials. I really didn't expect those bloodline heavenly rune materials to be so precious. Us juniors can't even touch them." "No problem. I will return you 500 million Divine Universe golden stones." Qin Yun took out his golden card and said with mischievous smile, "You got rich? You are returning my Divine Universe golden stones so quickly?" Yu Yao Yao is very surprised. "Yao Yao, I want to take out Divine Universe golden stones. I can give you 1 billion, and then you can help me take them out. Is that okay?" Qin Yun said with smile. Imperial Heaven Sect's Golden Stone Guild limited him to 1 billion a day. It made him very angry. "That won't do. The Golden Stone Guild will investigate the transfer. If you transfer 1 billion to me today, then after I withdraw it, your limit for today will be gone." Imperial Demon Yao shook her head and said, "Is that so?" Qin Yun sighed. Then he returned 500 million Divine Universe Gold Stones to Imperial Yao Yao and transferred it to her card. After that, Qin Yun went to the metal stone shop to withdraw 500 million. Indeed, it is as Imperial Yao Yao said, he transferred 500 million to Imperial Yao Yao. Then, his limit for today is only 500 million. The transfer was also included in his quota for the day. Qin Yun needed the Divine Universe gold stones on him. That way, if he were to encounter any unexpected situations, he could rely on the Divine Universe gold stones to rapidly replenish his Divine Universe powers. Qin Yun contacted Xiao Yuelon and asked her to establish an organization with Xiao Yueme. They want to recruit all the youngsters of Xiao ancient clan who have not awakened their bloodline heavenly rune. Xiao Yueme likes to do this kind of thing the most. After all, she's a natural big sister. Moreover, she has the identity of 9-Sun Divine Maiden. She can definitely do this very well. The heaven-opening ancient clan sects are operating very well. Because of the invasion of the outer universe beings, all the sects and factions of Divine Desolate are no longer fighting. They are all entering the heaven-opening ancient clan sects and cultivating outside the 9-Sun Holy Land. What made Qin Yun depressed is that the Imperial Heaven Sect restriction on withdrawing Divine Universe Goldstones is becoming more and more severe. Now, he can only withdraw 200 million every day. After several days, he has withdrawn a total of 1 billion. Adding the 500 million from before, he now only has 5 billion. He wants to keep a little bit, so he doesn't dare to use it all in one go. "I still have 8 billion on my card. When will I be able to take it out?" Qin Yun feels very uncomfortable, but he has no other choice. These past few days, Qin Yun has been practicing the Exploding Universe Divine Art. He has already mastered it quite well. From 100 Divine Universe power, he can erupt with 270, 70 of which can only erupt after leaving his body. He is only a little bit away from the best condition of the Exploding Universe Divine Art's first layer. After Qin Yun entered the Imperial Heaven Sect, he did not have any contact with other disciples. At most, he would contact Yu Luanhui and Ling Taiyun from time to time. Ling Taiyun has been uncontactable for several days. He only knows that the sect master and a few elders brought him to a place to cultivate. Because he is a third-generation heavenly rune disciple, he is highly valued. The other 7 Ling disciples are the same. They all have third-generation heavenly runes and have been taken in by the elders. Qin Yun learned from Yu Yuan that the disciples in the first layer of the Divine Universe realm are preparing for battle. The first layer Divine Universe realm disciples in the Imperial Heaven Sect are preparing for the battle. This battle will put a lot of pressure on Yu Yuan and the other elders. The Imperial Heaven Sect's resources are mainly given to outsiders. Especially during this period of time, they have spent a lot of resources on their disciples. If the results are not good, then the ancient Yu clan will reduce the resources and put more effort on the Yu disciples. The reason why the ancient Yu clan let Yu Yuan and the others take charge of the Imperial Heaven sect is that they hope they can make the outsiders stronger and increase the pressure on the Yu disciples. If the gap between the outsiders and the Yu family geniuses is too big and they can't create pressure on the Yu family's geniuses, then the ancient Yu clan doesn't need to give them too many resources. That is why the sect master and the elders will not enter the Nine-Sun Holy Land during this period of time. They will mainly help the disciples increase their strength. The ancient Yu clan's requirements are too harsh. Disciple has only entered the Imperial Heaven sect for less than a month. How much can I improve? Qin Yin took out the devil mirror and talked to Yu Yuan. True geniuses can grow very fast in such a short period of time. Otherwise, they are not true geniuses. Shao Qin, you don't need to fight. You specialize in runes. You can help people awaken their bloodline, heavenly rune. You are also a little money grubber. Your battle power can't be that high. Qin Yin is startled. The sect master actually did not consider him as his main battle power. This is a bit looking down on him. How can I do that? I have been training hard in the exploding universe divine technique. I have been waiting for a chance to practice. I want to fight. Qin Yin groaned. I heard from Yu Guang that your upper limit of divine cosmos power is 500, right? Let me tell you, the geniuses of the ancient Yu clan's first line have more than 700 divine cosmos power. If you fight, you will surely be beaten up by them. Yu Yuan said with smile. Qin Yin is startled. The first line of the ancient Yu clan is actually so dreadful. Sect Master is the first line of the Yu family, the people who return from the Outerverse. Qin Yin asked. Yes, moreover, they're all youngsters. They did not enter the second level of divine cosmos realm to give you pressure. After this time, they will break through. And the second line has more than 600 divine cosmos power. They grew up in God Desolate. They are all youngsters. They are all very strong. Yu Yuan said, please remember this book's domain name. 9 Heaven Divine Emperor mobile version website. Chapter 2862. Qin Yin heard that all the heaven-opening ancient race, people who return from Outerverse, have very high divine cosmos power. Even a youngster can crush a large number of divine desolate's elders with divine cosmos power. How can their divine cosmos power increase so fast? Are these guys all monsters? Qin Yin feels that his speed is very fast, but then he heard that a youngster can increase his divine cosmos power to more than 700. Moreover, it is beyond the limit. Yu Yuan feels that this is very funny because Qin Yin is exactly this kind of monster. The elders of the ancient Yu clan all have a set of secret techniques that are specially used to nurture their descendants. Yu Yuan said, the instructors and elders of our Imperial Heaven sect don't have any descendants, so we will nurture you like disciples. Qin Yin curled his lips and said, but you guys didn't use any resources on me. You only gave me a few broken pills. Yu Yuan looked at Qin Yin with disdain. He knows that Qin Yin has been busy earning divine cosmos golden stones. Qin Yin introduced people with heavenly rune into Imperial Heaven sect and earned a lot of divine cosmos golden stones. So long as you work hard enough, Imperial Heaven sect will give you resources. We will not give them to you for free. Properly work hard. Yu Yuan said with smile. Qin Yin pulled Yu Yuan's arm and said with smile, Sect Master, I also want to participate. Let me compete with your ancient Yu clan's geniuses. No way, no way. You are a special genius. It is not worthwhile to risk your life for this kind of thing. Yu Yuan promptly shook his head. You should know that outstanding inscription tool refiners are even rarer than fighting geniuses. Qin Yin mumbled. Senior Shao also said that he wants me to increase my strength. Only with enough strength can I make even stronger Imperial Heavenly Talisman. Don't even think about fighting. I will not allow it. If I injure you, my Imperial Heaven sect will suffer great loss. Yu Yuan is determined to not let Qin Yin fight. Qin Yin still wanted to speak, but was driven away by Yu Yuan. This caused him to feel very unhappy. Elder Yu Guang will surely let me fight. Qin Yin immediately ran to find Yu Guang. During this period of time, Yu Guang has been guiding other disciples. Those who can be personally guided by elders and sect masters are all third-generation people with heavenly rune. Qin Yin didn't find Imperial Light. He only knew that Imperial Light was using a secret technique to help a disciple temper their bloodline heavenly runes. However, he could use the magic mirror to contact Royal Light. Elder, sect master doesn't want me to fight. What should I do? Qin Yin asked, feeling wronged. Is that so? If he doesn't let you fight, it means that the Yu family battle team from the ancient Yu clan has sent all the top prodigies. With your current divine universe power, it's not suitable for you to fight. Yu Guang said. Then will disciples like Ling Taiyun be able to reach the upper limit of divine cosmos force? Qin Yin was very dissatisfied. He now had 500 divine cosmos force. Among the disciples who had just entered the Imperial Heaven Gate, his divine cosmos force should be considered the highest. For people with third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns, we have a way to increase their divine space energy beyond the limit. This is also the reason why we need people with bloodline heavenly patterns, said Imperial Light. That Ling Taiyun and the others haven't stepped into the second level of the divine space realm. How much can they improve? Qin Yin asked. He indeed heard Yu Shangyun say before that her divine cosmos power can increase very quickly because of the bloodline heavenly patterns inside her body. Around 650. Imperial Light's words made Qin Yin dumbstruck. There are only a few days left until the battle exchange. If Qin Yin has a large amount of divine universe golden rocks, it won't be a problem for him to reach 600-something. But the problem is, even if he reaches 600-something, he might not be able to defeat the geniuses of the ancient Yu clan. The ancient Yu clan has a first and second tier team. As long as we can force a tie with the second tier team, the ancient Yu clan will acknowledge our Imperial Heaven Gate and won't block our resources anymore. Yu Guang said, so this battle is very important. All right, I won't disturb you anymore. Qin Yin can't participate in the battle. He feels somewhat regretful, but there will definitely be opportunities. What he needs to do now is to increase his divine cosmos power limit. He is not becoming stronger for the battle exchange, but to enter Nine Suns' sacred ground to kill enemies. The creatures from the outside are only temporarily sealed, but no one can guarantee that the seal of the Myriad Realms' divine sun will not be broken. Once the seal is broken, the creatures from the outside will definitely invade Nine Suns' sacred ground. Qin Yin finally knows why the Imperial Heaven Gate's Golden Rock Department does not allow others to extract large amounts of divine universe golden rocks. It is because the sect master and elders need it very much. Then I won't take it for a while. Let them properly increase their strength. Qin Yin still has 8 billion divine universe golden rocks in his card and 5 billion in his hands. It is enough for him to maintain. Qin Yin left the Imperial Heaven Gate and gave Ming Yongtian a batch of elegant smoke to sell. Ming Yongtian also gave him 500 million divine universe golden rocks. This is what he earned last time. Qin Yin has 2 billion divine universe golden rocks, but he did not use them immediately. He wants to keep some to protect himself. Zi Qingsheng and the others are not in the Nine Sun Divine Soul. Only Ling Yin is enough to control those large automatic tools to make elegant smoke. At night, Qin Yin is in the Imperial Heaven Gate's inner region disciple residential area. He is practicing exploding universe divine art in the basement of his small building. In the middle of the night, he exhausted all his divine cosmos power and began to rest to recover. At this time, Imperial Demon Yao contacted him. This demon girl, why is she looking for me in the middle of the night? Qin Yin is holding the currently vibrating magic mirror. Boss Qin, in 5 days, the Imperial Heaven Gate will hold an exchange battle. It's a pity that you can't participate. Imperial Demon Yao tenderly smiled and said, it must be because your divine cosmos power's upper limit isn't enough, so you weren't selected. Yao, don't look down on people. It's the sect master who thinks I'm too precious and is afraid that I'll be beaten badly, so he didn't let me participate. Qin Yin said in a bad mood. This exchange battle is very important. If your Imperial Heaven Gate's foreign disciples win against our Yu family battle team, you will obtain an additional amount of resources The total value is about 50 billion divine universe golden rocks. If you lose, not only will you lose 50 billion divine universe golden rocks, the Yu ancient clan will also reduce their support for you next year. Imperial Demon Yao's tone is very serious. That means it's also related to me. Qin Yun very anxiously said, yes, this time you have to go all out. Otherwise, you who already lack the support of powerful clans will not be able to win against the Yu family battle team in the future. And from now on, Yu foreign disciples can only become the Yu family warriors' followers. Imperial Demon Yao said. Qin Yun analyzed for a bit and realized that the Yu ancient clan is exerting pressure on both teams. If the Yu family youth battle team loses, their resources will also be less, so when the time comes, everyone will go all out. Boss Qin, if you participate and win, you will obtain great returning universe divine pills. Moreover, 100 pills. Imperial Demon Yao said again. If you participate and win, you will obtain a large amount of wealth. Chapter 2863. Qin Yun naturally wants those divine pills. He also doesn't want to use them to recover his divine cosmos power. He wants to sell them for divine universe golden stones. Wait, Qin Yun suddenly felt strange and asked, Yao Yao, you contacted me in the middle of the night and told me about this. Do you have some intention? Nothing much. As your friend, I am just reminding you not to miss this opportunity to obtain wealth. Imperial Yao Yao said with smile. I don't believe you are so kind. Qin Yun snorted and said with smile. Quickly tell me, why are you telling me about this? You seem to want me to participate. Imperial Yao Yao sighed and said, all right, because I bet on you to win. I bet all my wealth. Did you know that our ancient Yu clan people don't think highly of the Imperial Heaven sect disciples? Then why do you think so highly of them? Indeed, even the sect master and elders don't think highly of them. Qin Yun sighed. Because you are here, Qin Yun. But I just found out that you're not participating and have been excluded. Imperial Yao Yao said very vexedly. Boss Qin, you must participate. If I win, I will give you a bit. If you win, how many divine universe golden stones will you get? Qin Yun's eyes lit up. This is a small fortune. I bet 3 billion. I borrowed it from many people. If I win, I will get 30 billion and I will give you 10 billion. How about it? Imperial Yao Yao said. Qin Yun originally regretted not being able to participate, but now he knows that if he wins, he will get 10 billion divine universe golden stones and also many great universe divine pills. Added together is a large fortune. Sect Master doesn't want me to participate. Qin Yun is also very puzzled about this matter. Then think a way to make him recognize your strength. The Imperial Heaven Sect Master and elders all hope that their disciples can win. That way they can obtain even more resources. Imperial Yao Yao said, don't worry. You're only facing the Yu family's second-line battle team, not the ones that return from the outer verse. Qin Yun is not afraid of the second-line battle team. If he were to face the first-line battle team, he would not have any confidence. All right, I will go find a sect master tomorrow. Qin Yun replied. Mr. Qin, I'm going to rest first. Mwah. Yu Yao Yao smiled and cut off the connection. Qin Yun put away the demonic mirror and said with a light snort, that my ass. Do you know how desperate I'm going to be? In the basement, Qin Yun estimated his current strength. If I attack with my full strength and use 500 divine universe force, and then use the exploding universe divine art, I can erupt with 1,500 divine universe force. If I combine it with other battle skills, I should be able to erupt with 2,000 divine universe force. How could 2,000 divine space forces not be able to defeat a second-rate battle team from the Yu family? It was definitely enough. Not to mention 2,000. Even 1,000 might be enough. Qin Yun is quite confident in his divine universe power. In addition, his physical body is very strong. His divine universe golden tendons are much stronger than others. Moreover, the divine universe in his body was very powerful. He had fused with his energy body, as well as the 10 powerful images. If he used his powerful divine cosmos force to release supergravity, he would be able to catch people off guard. Although he had entered the divine universe realm, he could still put his previous fighting techniques to good use. In the worst-case scenario, he still has his inscription battle technique. After entering the Divine Universe realm, Qin Yun's 10 images have already fused with the Divine Universe inside his body. If he wants to use the Divine Universe power, he can still erupt with very strong might. He will now start practicing, either using his own Tao images to exert power or using Divine Universe power together with inscription battle technique to fight. This is his basic skill. It is also an effective battle skill that he has accumulated through hundreds of battles. I, Qin Yun, am after all a divine king. In the divine desolate, I once commanded the wind and clouds. My name shook all directions. This kind of small fight is not a problem for me. Qin Yun also did not rest. He used Divine King Heavenly Seal to quickly replenish his Divine Universe power and diligently familiarize himself with how to use it. After daybreak, he hastily went to find the sect master. Yu Yuan is inside his residence. He is giving pointers to Ling Taiyun in cultivating battle god technique. Ling Taiyun is very happy to see Qin Yun. However, in front of the strict Yu Yuan, he can only greet him from far away and then start attacking a transforming space crystal ball. Ling Taiyun, how much divine universe power do you have? Qin Yun asked. Only 560. Before the battle begins, I can help him get 650. Yu Yuan said with smile. Shao Qin, you seem to be very free. You are not researching Yu Clan's heavenly talisman? Qin Yun said with smile. Sect master, let me join the battle team. Let me stay in the second line team. When our first line team can't hold on anymore, I will go up. Ling Taiyun also knows that Qin Yun is not going to fight, but he doesn't know that Yu Yuan is not letting him. Now that Qin Yun is earnestly asking him to join the battle team, he is very amazed. No, I already said that you won't be of any use. Yu Yuan sighed and said, this battle is very important, but even if you join the battle, it will be useless. I can erupt with more than 1,000 divine universe power. If I use it properly, I can defeat a guy with 700 to 800 divine universe power in one move. Qin Yun very confidently said. Ling Taiyun is secretly amazed hearing this. He doesn't know what the upper limit of Qin Yun's divine universe power is. All right then, I will let you join the second line team. When the time comes, there will be 2 teams. Ling Taiyun will be the captain of our first line team. You will be the captain of the second line team. Yu Yuan found out that Qin Yun can erupt with more than 1,000 divine universe power and feels that his battle power is pretty good. That's great. Oh, that's right, sect master. Did you secretly open a bet? I heard Yao Yao said that she bet a lot of divine universe golden stones. Qin Yun suddenly asked. I also bet 1 billion divine universe golden stones. Yu Yuan curled his lips and said, then you bet on our side or the other side? Qin Yun hastily asked. It's a secret. Yu Yuan did not directly say it. That means he is betting on the other side. Qin Yun's expression is immediately filled with disdain as he said, tell me, how should I bet? I bet 5 billion on our side. I can only bet 3 billion at most. Yu Yuan said, I will take you to bet tonight. You are really confident. If you win, it will be 30 billion. Qin Yun thought that if he wins, he would have such a big harvest, so he has to go all out. At night, under Yu Yuan's arrangement, Qin Yun went to Golden Stone Shop to place a bet and bet 3 billion divine universe golden stones. His Golden Stone Shop, this caused Qin Yun to be somewhat surprised. After returning from Golden Stone Shop, he began cultivating again. At daybreak, Xiao Yuan contacted Qin Yun and said with smile, Xiao Yun, Imperial Heaven Sect's exchange battle is about to begin. Our Xiao Heavenly Sect will also go and watch. You also want to watch? Qin Yun said with frown. Imperial Heaven Sect invited us to watch. They said that they want us to watch your exchange of pointers. They also said that we can place bets and whatnot. Not only us, disciples of other sects will also go. Xiao Yuan said with smile. Xiao Yun, will you participate in the exchange battle? If you participate, I will bet that you will win. Chapter 2864. A complete copy. I will update the latest chapter of A Nine Sons Divine King as soon as possible. Qin Yun finally understood that behind the battle exchange, there were huge benefits involved. As for who would profit greatly in the end, it was unknown. Yuan, of course I will participate. It's just that I still don't know the specific rules. Qin Yun said, maybe someone will secretly manipulate this battle exchange. No, I believe that you will definitely win. Xiao Yuan is filled with confidence in Qin Yun. I am just the captain of a second-tier battle team. Qin Yun sighed and said, a second-tier team? Is it for the finale? Xiao Yuan said with a smile. Of course not. The sect leader doesn't think highly of me. Qin Yun's current divine cosmos power is too low. Moreover, Yu Yuan really doesn't want him to go on stage because he is afraid that he will get injured. Xiao Yuan encouraged Qin Yun and said with a smile, as long as it's a second-tier team, you still have a chance to fight. I think highly of you. Qin Yun asked, Yuan, in the Xiao Heaven sect, is there a battle similar to our Imperial Heaven sect? No. Your Imperial Heaven sect separated the disciples of the Yu family from the outsiders, forming two camps to compete with each other. Our Xiao Tian sect did not do that. I don't know the specifics because I am following Grandma Xiao Hong. Xiao Yuan said. The main purpose of the ancient Yu clan establishing the Imperial Sky sect was to increase the pressure on the geniuses of a Yu family. As for foreign geniuses, if they performed well, they would also receive resources from the ancient Yu clan. The other heaven-splitting sects were invited to watch the battle and place bets. At the same time, they could see the difference between the geniuses of the divine wilderness and the heaven-splitting ancient clan. There was also the matter of the young geniuses who had returned from the outerverse. Many people paid close attention to how strong they were. Yuan, how is it going with you in UMA? Qin Yun asked. It's being carried out in secret. Don't worry, UMA and I will definitely do it well. Xiao Yuan said with a smile. As for you, you have to put in more effort to cultivate. Don't worry so much. All right, I'll go find UMA. We'll bet on your side to win. Qin Yun did wish to raise the upper limit of his divine universe power, but his divine universe goldstones were far from enough. If he wanted to raise his upper limit, he had to strengthen the divine universe golden tendons. Strengthening one of them would require 1 billion divine universe golden stones. Of course, after the divine universe golden tendons were strengthened, the benefits he obtained were still very great. After the godly king heavenly seal evolved, although he could reduce the amount of divine universe goldstones needed to replenish his divine universe power, it wasn't of much help in raising the upper limits of his divine universe power. The advantage was that he could use a small amount of divine universe goldstones to quickly replenish his divine universe energy, which was very useful in this aspect. Everything he did now required divine cosmos force. If he could quickly replenish it, then his efficiency would greatly increase. After ending the call with Xiao Yuan, Qin Yun began cultivating. You are currently unable to rapidly raise your divine cosmic power through the Godly King Heavenly Seal. I know you have grievances, but if you think that the Godly King Heavenly Seal's evolution is of little use, then you are wrong. Grand Prime's voice suddenly sounded. I don't have any resentment. Although Qin Yun said so, he felt somewhat uncomfortable in his heart. This was because he had used 10 billion divine universe golden stones to evolve the Godly King Heaven Mark, but now he could not use it to raise the upper limit of his divine universe power. If the God King Heavenly Seal does not evolve, it will not be able to strengthen your divine universe golden tendons. After the divine universe golden tendons are strengthened, the divine universe power will come out of your body and you will be able to erupt with even higher divine universe power. Grand Prime said, at the first level of Divine Universe Explosion Technique, you can only erupt with 3 times Divine Universe power. But if your Divine Universe golden tendons are strengthened, you can erupt with 4 times. For times? 500 Divine Universe power can erupt to 2,000? Qin Yun said in astonishment. That's right, combined with other Divine Technique battle skills, it is not a problem to erupt from 500 Divine Universe power to 3,000. Grand Prime said, this is the advantage of the Divine Universe golden tendons. If Qin Yin wants to strengthen all 108 Divine Universe Golden Tendons, he will need more than 100 billion Divine Universe Golden Stones. This is simply a bottomless pit, but if he can obtain even stronger power, it is still worth it. In the next few days, Qin Yun immersed himself in bitter cultivation. He wants to familiarize himself with using Divine Universe power to fight, which caused him to consume a lot of Divine Universe power these past few days. In order to be able to practice continuously, he used the Divine King Heavenly Seal to quickly replenish his Divine Universe power, which consumed more than 500 million Divine Universe Golden Stones. The Divine King Heavenly Seal still has 1 billion Divine Universe Golden Stones. He plans to put the Divine King Heavenly Seal into his Divine Universe during battle. At the critical moment, he can recover his Divine Universe power, which will allow him to fight longer. Qin Yin told Grand Prime his idea. After Grand Prime heard it, he said, "I don't recommend you do this because it is a very obvious act of cheating. When the time comes, there will be many seniors watching. They will definitely be suspicious. Then how will you explain the reason why your Divine Universe power recovers so quickly?" This, Qin Yin also doesn't know how to explain. During battle, when his Divine Universe power is exhausted, he needs to eat Divine Universe returning pills to recover. In a situation where he didn't eat pills, he was able to quickly recover his Divine Cosmos Force. This was indeed very suspicious. If I don't cheat, I might not be able to beat the first line teams. Qin Yun sighed and said, "In this exchange battle, the first line teams will definitely appear. Although we can win resources if we beat the second line teams, the casino will definitely beat the first line teams. Your cheating is too obvious. I have a method that can make it not so obvious, but it will make you feel more pain and also have a certain risk." Grand Prime said again, "Tell me." Qin Yun bet 3 billion. He doesn't want to lose. Also, Xiao Yuelon and Xiao Yuemei might also bet a lot. It is to make the Divine Universe Golden Tendons grow and then come out from your back. This way, you can absorb the Divine Universe power released by the Myriad Realm's Divine Sun through the Divine Universe Golden Tendons. It looks like you can quickly recover Divine Universe power, but in fact, you can use the Divine King Heavenly Seal to quickly recover Divine Universe power. No one will suspect this. Grand Prime said, "Is that so? There is this kind of operation? Then what should I do?" Qin Yun feels that this method is pretty good. Under Grand Prime's guidance, Qin Yun controlled the Divine Universe Golden Tendons to expand and extend. Sure enough, it can come out from his back. 108 Divine Universe Golden Tendons transformed into a pair of small golden wings. It can indeed absorb a lot of Divine Universe power. However, this Divine Universe power is very impure. It needs to be refined by the Divine King Heavenly Seal. It cannot be immediately transformed into Divine Universe power. However, it can confuse others and make them think that he is using this method to quickly recover Divine Universe power. The disadvantage of doing this is that the Divine Universe Golden Tendons are very dangerous and can easily be attacked. If you are hit, you won't be injured, but it will be very painful. After you release the Divine Universe Golden Tendons, wander around the battlefield for a period of time and use the Heavenly Seal to recover Divine Universe power. Then take back the Golden Tendons. When you fight, the Divine Universe power will erupt through the Divine Universe Golden Tendons. So the Divine Universe Golden Tendons must return to your body. Can anyone do this? Qin Yun asked after withdrawing the Golden Tendons. Without Super Heaven Divine Body, it is very difficult. Having Super Heaven Divine Body is only a prerequisite. Other than that, the Divine Universe Golden Tendons must be tempered to a certain degree. Furthermore, the Divine Universe Golden Tendons and the Divine Universe power within the body must be extremely compatible. This is not something anyone can do. Qin Yun is secretly apprehensive. He thought that as long as someone has tempered the Divine Universe Golden Tendons, they would be able to do this. Chapter 2865. Tomorrow is the start of the exchange. People from other heaven-opening sects have arrived to watch the battle. Xiao Yuelon and Xiao Yuemei have already arrived. They are with Xiao Tian's sex team. Qin Yin contacted Xia Wufeng, but he did not come. However, Violent Sun Tiger Emperor, Heavenly Ghost Ancestor, Long Tianyin, and others have arrived. Long Shu and Monkey King are with Dragon Sect. They arrived at Imperial Heaven Sect at noon. Yu Shangyun, Wang Haoyue, and many other people Qin Yin is familiar with have arrived at Heavenly Moon Sect side. Qin Yin secretly contacted them. He knows how much they will bet. The older generation they followed all bet a lot. Most of them bet on Yu family battle team. The people from a heaven-splitting clan were very sure that the team formed by the disciples from outside the Imperial Sky Sect would definitely be defeated. First, Yu ancient clan's foundation is very deep. Even if they are local disciples, their growth speed is very fast. Second, Yu family's first-line battle team is made up of young geniuses from Outerverse. Their strength is very dreadful. Not to mention the disciples who just entered Imperial Heaven Sect. Even other heaven-opening clan Yus from Outerverse cannot guarantee that they can win against Yu family's first-line battle team. At night, Qin Yin was called to a large hall by Yu Yuan. The 10 elders and Yu Yuan were all in the hall. Apart from Qin Yin, there are 9 other young disciples. Half of them are from Ling family. They are all third-generation bloodline heavenly rune people. Including Qin Yun, there are 10 disciples in total. Qin Yun, you are the captain of the second-line battle team. You should familiarize yourself with your teammates before the exchange battle. You should now take them to stroll around. Yu Yuan waved his hand and said, Ling Taiyun is the captain of the first-line battle team. The other 4 are all Ling family disciples. Their divine cosmos power is very high. Qin Yun is very amazed. He did not expect that Yu Yuan and those elders would be able to help Ling family's 5 youngsters grow so fast in such a short period of time. It can be seen that Imperial Heaven Sect Master and elders have invested a lot in this. Qin Yun's battle team has 2 men and 2 women. They do not seem to be very strong. Qin Yun does not recognize them. He also did not see them when he first came here. They must be people with heavenly rune bloodline that Yu Yuan and the others found a long time ago. Let's go. Their first-line battle team still has important tasks. Let's find a place to have a good spar. Qin Yun said to his teammates with a smile. These teammates had naturally heard of Qin Yun's great name. They were all very puzzled. Why would someone as awesome as Qin Yun be the captain of a second-string team? These teammates were from second-tier teams. They were well aware of their own strength. There was a large gap between them and first-tier teams. Before, they often trained with Ling Taiyun and the others, but they didn't expect Qin Yun to also be in a second-tier battle team. Qin Yun brought the 4 of them out of the hall and arrived at a spacious underground plaza in the Imperial Heaven Gate. The plaza here was very spacious, and there was a powerful barrier around it. If one placed the Divine Universe Golden Stone inside, the barrier would be activated, and then they could fight in the plaza. Captain, I am from 9 Sun Thunder Clan. My name is Lei Li Hui. My Divine Cosmos Power upper limit is 585. A black-clothed youth with eyes flickering with thunder and lightning said, I am Di Zhong Tsai from the Earth Fire God race. I was born deep underground, and the upper limit of my Divine Universe Force is 590. The young man who spoke was tall, but his voice was exceptionally pleasant and magnetic. His squarish face looked very amiable. Qin Yun has never heard of 9 Sun Thunder Clan and Earth Fire God race. There are many strong races in Divine Desolate, but Qin Yun has never heard of most of them. These races are very low-key, so it is normal that he has never heard of them. Following that, the 2 women introduced themselves. I am Ding Xiaoli from the ocean at the edge of Divine Desolate. I was born at the bottom of the ocean from the Sea Demon God race. My upper limit of Divine Cosmos Power is 588. Ding Xiaoli looks very lively and beautiful. Her hair is tied in 2 braids. Her round face is filled with a bright and beautiful sweet smile. I am Li Shiqian from the Flower Universe Divine Race. I was born in the Flower Universe Treasureland. My upper limit of Divine Cosmos Power is 585. This woman from the Flower Universe Divine Race looks very robust. She doesn't have a beautiful appearance, and her clothes are rather coarse. However, her aura is very strong. It is clear that she is the kind of person who can fight very well. Qin Yun nodded and said, "The upper limit of second-tier battle teams' divine cosmos power is less than 600. In that case, the upper limit of first-tier battle teams' divine cosmos power must be more than 200. I heard that Ling Taiyun's upper limit of divine cosmos power is 680. Di Zhongsai said, "I fought with him before. I was not his match." "Captain, your strength should not be weak. Why are you in the second-tier battle team?" Lei Lihui asked. He is also a straightforward person. Qin Yun said with a smile, "My upper limit of divine cosmos power is only a bit more than 500. But you don't have to worry. In battle, upper limit of divine cosmos power is not everything." When Qin Yun stated his upper limit of divine cosmos power, his four teammates revealed looks of shock. They did not expect that Qin Yun's upper limit of divine cosmos power would be lower than theirs. Of course, they don't dare to look down on Qin Yun. Because in Divine Desolate, although Qin Yun is a little divine king, he has the divine king heavenly seal in his hand. Moreover, he is a person that all the powerful races in Divine Desolate revere. Most of the powerful races in Divine Desolate appeared after Divine Desolate was formed. These races are more reliant on the myriad realms' divine sun. They have more or less interacted with the Nine Suns' lost spirit. Qin Yun is a divine king recognized by the Nine Suns' lost spirit. Moreover, his character is very good. He is not like the great divine king, who is hated by many powerful races. "Captain, since the sect master made you our captain, we will definitely trust you." Di Zhongsai said, "Maybe our second-tier battle team is just there to make up the numbers." Lei Lihui said with bitter smile, "If we can't beat first-tier battle team, then we can't beat them even more." Ding Xiaoli said with smile, "Not necessarily. We must look at a positive direction. For example, after you family battle team is exhausted by our first-tier battle team, our opportunity will come." Li Shiqian said, "No matter what, we must fight with our lives on the line. If we don't fight with our lives on the line, the resources Ancient Yu clan gives to us outer disciples will be reduced by a lot. We must do our best to display our potential." Li Shiqian is right. When the time comes, we must fight with our lives on the line. You family battle team's geniuses are usually pampered and spoiled. They are not as good as us when it comes to bitter fighting. Qin Yun said, "Captain, your upper limit of divine cosmos power is only a bit more than 500. Are you really all right? I heard you're an inscription genius. If you get injured when the time comes, it won't be good." Ding Xiaoli asked with some worry. Qin Yun laughed and said, "Sect Master is also very worried about me, but I guarantee you that I, Qin Yun, will not drag you down." Chapter 2866. The four teammates are very concerned about Qin Yun and suggested that if it is a team battle, they will do their best to protect Qin Yun. "Captain, if the four of us are crippled, then so be it. But you are different. You are an inscription genius and also a young divine king. When the time comes, we will definitely do our best to protect you." Lei Lihui said, "Even if we can't beat them, we can't let them kill our captain." Di Zhongsai shouted. Ding Xiaoli and Li Shiqian nodded. They agreed to protect Qin Yun as the core. Qin Yun is very touched in his heart. He said with a smile, "Don't think like that. I can protect myself. As for the battle plan, you have to listen to me. What you say doesn't count. Since we are divided into teams, there will definitely be team battle coordination. In a team battle, they will definitely attack the captain first." Lei Lihui said, "Plus, Captain, you are a young divine king. The Yu family's geniuses might want to take you down from the start." Qin Yun shook his head and said, "When the time comes, just listen to me. Lei Lihui, when you fight with Di Zhongsai, use up all your divine cosmos power and then stop. I want to familiarize myself with your battle skills." Lei Lihui and Di Zhongsai immediately arrived at the battle platform. Qin Yun, Ding Xiaoli, and Li Shiqian are watching from below. Qin Yun is holding the divine mirror of primal beginning in his hand, paying attention to Lei Lihui and Di Zhongsai's divine cosmos power. Their divine cosmos power is close to 600. If used properly, they can definitely erupt to 1,000. 1,000 divine cosmos power, if concentrated on attacking a defenseless first-level divine cosmos realm, they can definitely defeat the opponent. The premise is that the opponent doesn't defend and doesn't dodge. During the battle, it is also impossible to use all the divine cosmos power from the start, unless one has absolute confidence in defeating the opponent in one move. Lei Li Hui and Di Zhongsai just started fighting. They often fight, so they are very familiar with each other. From the start, they fought very fiercely. Through the divine mirror of primal beginning, Qin Yun knows that Lei Li Hui and Di Zhongsai's divine cosmos power eruption is not bad. When they use battle skills, they release 50 divine cosmos power and can erupt to 120 or 130, which is pretty good. Lei Li Hui mainly uses thunder and lightning battle skills, which have very strong penetrating power and explosive power. Although the flames Di Zhongsai uses are not fierce, they're very strange. He comes from the earth-fire god race. This kind of earth-fire is like mud. It can stick to people. After the two of them used up all of their divine cosmos force, they were equally matched. Then, they walked down from the battle platform to rest. Next up was Li Shiqian and Ding Qiaoli's match. Ding Qiaoli was petite, while Li Shiqian was tall and strong. In terms of physique, Ding Qiaoli was at a disadvantage. Ding Qiaoli came from the sea demon god race and was a sea demon. Her divine cosmos force was of the water attribute, and her attacks were more feminine. This kind of soft and feminine divine cosmos force did not have enough explosive or destructive power, but it had one advantage, and that was that once her divine cosmos force entered someone else's body, it would cause a great disturbance to their body. After Ding Qiaoli's divine cosmos force hit Li Shiqian, it could be clearly seen that Li Shiqian's speed and explosive power, as well as her divine cosmos force, had dropped by a great deal. Li Shiqian came from the flower universe god race, and her divine universe power was also very strange. The battle skills she used looked ordinary, but it allowed her body to become extremely powerful, allowing her to fight in close combat. Ding Qiaoli and Li Shiqian's divine cosmos power is very outstanding. They can erupt with more than 200 divine cosmos power for 100. When they were fighting, they held back a lot, so they did not injure each other. They only stopped fighting after exhausting their divine cosmos power, because Qin Yun only wanted to understand his four teammates. You're all very good. Properly rest first. When fighting, just listen to my command. Qin Yun said, Captain, do you think we will have the chance to fight? If first-line battle team loses and sect master sees that we are too weak, he is afraid that we will be crippled and won't let us go up? Lei Li Hui is somewhat worried. He actually wants to go up and exchange pointers with the Yu family geniuses. Qin Yun said, we will definitely go up. If Sect Master doesn't let us go up, we will fight to the death with Sect Master. Fight to the death with Sect Master? This caused his teammates to be horrified. Only Qin Yun is not afraid of Sect Master Yu Yuan and other elders. Sect Master Yu Yuan is very strict in front of his disciples. If they do not do well, they will be punished by Yu Yuan. Many disciples have been punished by Yu Yuan. Qin Yun and Yu Yuan have done business many times. Although there's a great disparity in their strength, they can always bargain in a friendly manner. I heard that Yu family's first-line battle team have more than 700 divine cosmos power. Moreover, they are all youngsters who have killed outer universe life forms. They are truly dreadful little monsters. Ding Qiaoli also feels some fear just thinking about it. Ding Qiaoli, you yourself are just a little sea demon, yet you say others are monsters. Lei Li Hui said with loud laughter. Li Shiqian looked at Qin Yun and asked, Captain, how strong is your divine cosmos power? I don't doubt you. I just want to know the disparity between us. Ding Qiaoli, Lei Li Hui, and Di Zhongsai also looked at Qin Yun with expression full of expectation. Do you all have divine cosmos power testing mirrors? Qin Yun said. In order to give his teammates confidence, he must show off a few tricks. His four teammates immediately took out divine cosmos power testing mirrors and looked at Qin Yun. Qin Yun took a deep breath and then mobilized 500 divine cosmos power. Now he is not hiding his divine cosmos power, so Lei Li Hui and others can see the upper limit of Qin Yun's divine cosmos power. The divine cosmos power tested by their 4 mirrors is not the same. The error is within 1 to 3. Begin. Qin Yun finished speaking and punched forward. He used burst cosmos divine technique and stimulated divine cosmos power to erupt. After the divine cosmos power rushed out from his body, it exploded to 1,000. The moment it left his fist, it increased by another 500. In total, it is 1,500 divine cosmos power. Boom! Qin Yun's fist energy exploded on the ground and created a large crater. The entire underground plaza also fiercely trembled. This time, his 4 teammates are scared silly. Qin Yun can release 1,500 divine cosmos power in one breath. Not only is his explosive power terrifying, his body is also very dreadful. He can endure it. This is 3 times explosive power without a strong enough body, without enough divine cosmos golden tendons. It is impossible to achieve this. Captain, you should go to the first line battle team. Lei Li Hui exclaimed in admiration. 1,500 divine cosmos power should be enough to defeat the Yu family first line battle team members. Dijong Sai said. Qin Yun shook his head and said, "This is my full strength attack. I used up all my divine cosmos power. So even if it is me, it will be very difficult to defeat their first line battle team members. The gap between the upper limit of divine cosmos power is too big." Although Qin Yun said this, his 4 teammates can see a glimmer of hope. They are now starting to recover their divine cosmos power. By daybreak, they will be able to fully recover their divine cosmos power. After daybreak, the battle exchange will begin. As for how it will be fought, they don't know. They only know that there will be many people watching. Captain, have you placed your bet? Which side do you bet on to win? Ding Xiaoli took out her bet note and murmured, "I bet 100 million on our side. If we lose, consider it a lesson." Chapter 2867. Dijong Sai learned that Ding Xiaoli bet 100 million and smiled. "Girls, why gamble? Aren't you just wasting divine universe gold stones?" Ding Xiaoli smiled. "I already said, if I lose, then I will teach you a lesson. At the same time, I will motivate myself to become stronger. 9 out of 10 gambles lose." Lei Li Hui shook his head. "Gambling is not good. Whether you win or lose, you will always want to gamble. I bet 200 million this time." "I bet 100 million, Dijong Sai said in surprise. "Old Lei, you always advise us not to gamble, but you bet so much." "Right, which side are you betting on?" Lei Li Hui smiled. "Of course I bet on you family's team to win," Dijong Sai said angrily. "You look down on us too much. You actually bet on the other side to win." Lei Li Hui spread his hands. "I just have self-awareness if I bet wrong. Then as my teammates, you'll win a lot. I will also be happy to lose." Li Shiqian said, "I bet 500 million on our team to win." "Big sister, you are a werewolf." Lei Li Hui gave Li Shiqian a thumbs up. He really admired Dijong Sai's team from the bottom of his heart. Even though they knew the odds were not big, they still bet on them. "Old Lei, you bet on the other side. If they win, how much will you get?" Dijong Sai asked. "I bet 200 million on the Yu family team to win. If I bet correctly, then I will get 250 million in the end, only a small profit of 50 million. There is no other way. The Yu family team's odds are too big, so I can only win this little." Lei Li Hui said, "I bet 100 million on us. If we win, then I will get 1 billion. I really hope we can win." Dijong Sai said. Ding Xiaoli smiled. "Do you think the Yu family team will bet on us to win, and then they will purposely throw the game so that they can get a lot of money?" Lei Li Hui shook his head and said, "Stop dreaming. I heard that every member of the Yu family battle team placed a heavy bet on their team's victory. Not only them, even the instructors and mentors behind them all bet on the Yu family team to win, and their bets are very big, starting from 1 billion. If that's the case, then we are dead for sure." Ding Xiaoli let out a long sigh. If they don't fight with all their might, not only will they lose, but they will also lose resources in the future. Knowing that the Yu Jia squadron had bet on them winning, Di Zhongzai and the others' faces turned ashen. Only Li Shiqian remained calm. "Captain, did you place a bet?" Lei Li Hui suddenly asked. "Yes, I bet that our side will win. I bet 3 billion divine universe gold stones." As Qin Yin spoke, he took out his own wager. Lei Li Hui and the others were dumbfounded. They didn't expect their captain to be so generous. Qin Yin said with a smile, "I originally wanted to buy 5 billion, but the highest I can go is 3 billion. Di Zhongzai was overjoyed and said with a smile, "Captain, does that mean you have a high chance of winning? That's great. We're going to be rich." "No." Qin Yin still smiled and said, "I played so much to motivate myself, forcing myself to risk my life to fight." Di Zhongzai and the others reevaluated their captain's strength in their hearts. A guy who can casually bet 3 billion must have a lot of divine universe gold stones. This means that his strength is not weak. Because in divine space realm, the more divine universe gold stones one has, the stronger one will become. When dawn is about to break, Yu Yuan contacted Qin Yin and asked them to give their battle team a name. Ling Taiyin's battle team will be called Ling Tian Battle Team because they are made up of Ling family disciples. Sect Master wants us to discuss and give our battle team a name. What should we call our battle team? Qin Yin said, Ling Taiyin's battle team will be called Ling Tian Battle Team. They are still in the underground plaza. Yu Yuan has not contacted them, so they don't need to go there for now. Ding Xiaoli said, they are Ling Tian. Then we are Imperial Heaven Sect's disciples. We will be called Yu Tian Battle Team. All right. Di Zhongzai has no objection. Qin Yin and the others also agreed. Sect Master, our battle team will be called Yu Tian Battle Team. Qin Yin told Yu Yuan about the name they came up with. If you come up with such a name, people will think that your second-line battle team is the main force. If you get beaten up, it will also make Imperial Heaven Sect lose a lot of face. Yu Yuan laughed and said he did not object. What are the names of you family's 2 battle teams? Qin Yun asked. First-line battle team will be called Invincible Battle Team. Second-line battle team will be Undefeated Battle Team. Yu Yuan said with a smile, these are very stupid names. They should be made up by those little guys. After deciding on the battle team's name, Qin Yun and the others were notified to prepare to go to the battlefield. The battlefield is inside a barrier plaza in the northern part of Imperial Heaven Sect's outer region. The circular plaza is 10,000 meters wide. It almost occupies the entire outer region's northern part. When Qin Yun and the others arrived, 6 myriad realms divine suns have already risen. Many people are floating in the air around the spacious battlefield. They are all here to watch the battle. Many people are betting a little. Qin Yun found out that Xiao Yuelon, Xiao Yuanmei, and Yu Shangyun each bet 1 billion on Outer Sect disciples. Imperial Heaven Sect has already divided the disciples into factions. Outer Sect disciples are called Outer Sect disciples, and you Ancient Family disciples are called Inner Sect disciples. This battle is a battle between Inner and Outer Sect disciples. You Ancient Family wants to give Outer Sect resources, but many older generation believe that Inner Sect disciples are more outstanding and should be given priority to their You Family disciples. The ones in charge of Outer Sect disciples are Yu Yuan and other elders who have no descendants. They want to cultivate Outer Sect disciples to pass down their inheritance. In order to satisfy everyone, the Ancient Yu clan organized this battle exchange. Then they could also see what kind of potential the powerful clans and humans apart from the Ancient Heaven Opening clan would display in this extreme battle. Inner Sect, Undefeated Battle Team, go up. Yu Yuan loudly shouted. Undefeated Battle Team is a second-line battle team. All of them are Yu family disciples. They only grew up recently. Their starting point can be said to be the same as most people in Divine Desolate. Outer Sect, Ling Tian Battle Team, go up. Yu Yuan shouted again. Ling Tian Battle Team is made up of Ling family disciples. Ling Taiyun is the captain. After the 2 battle teams went up, they began to test the upper limit of divine cosmos power. After the test, many people will place their bets according to the result. Qin Yun and others are at the side of the battlefield. He noticed that Great Divine Lord's group did not come. Great Divine Lord and Law Enforcement Realms group had grudges with Yu family before. It is normal that they did not come. However, they will definitely watch through the magic mirror. Xiao Yuelon and Xiao Yuanmei are floating in the air. They saw Qin Yun. An old granny beside her said with smile, "Outer Sect's first-line battle team is first-line battle team, and Inner Sect's first-line battle team is second-line battle team. It seems like Inner Sect's first-line battle team doesn't even need to go up to win. Outer Sect is far inferior to Inner Sect. You two girls are going to lose everything." Chapter 2868. After Xiao Yuelon and Xiao Yuanmei entered the Xiao Heaven Sect, they knew how terrifying those guys who returned from the Outerverse are. They have encountered them before, and they're all outstanding in every aspect. The ancient Yu clan's young geniuses were very famous among the heaven-splitting ancient clans. They received the attention of the big shots. As long as these young geniuses didn't die, they would become the strongest in the ancient Yu clan. Qin Yun stood outside the arena and looked at the invincible battle team from afar. This is the Yu family's first-line battle team. They are 3 young men and 2 young women, all wearing white soft armor. Although their faces are still childish, when they stand at the edge of the arena, they have a kind of calmness that doesn't match their appearance. There is no arrogance or conceit in them. These young men and women have restrained their divine cosmos power to the extreme, so much so that it is difficult to sense their aura. They are now seriously watching the arena. Although this is a battle with a great disparity in strength, they are still watching very seriously. Qin Yun sized up the members of the invincible battle team from afar and secretly felt apprehensive. He can't imagine what these young men and women have experienced. They're all very young, around 15 years old. If they want to cultivate their state of mind, it will take at least 10 years. In other words, they have been undergoing cruel training since they were children. At this time, a slightly taller young man from the invincible battle team also looked at Qin Yun from afar. This young man is wearing the captain badge on his chest. He is the captain of the invincible battle team. This captain is on the other side of the arena, 10,000 meters away, floating in the air. However, his gaze from afar made Qin Yun feel a chill. This guy, how many Outerverse creatures has he killed? Qin Yun can feel the captain's killing intent. The captain of the invincible battle team knew that someone is watching, so he locked onto Qin Yun. Qin Yun not only looked, he also took out the divine mirror of primal beginning to look at the young men and women of the invincible battle team. No one has the guts to do so. The upper limit of the divine cosmos power is being tested repeatedly. There are also other big shots of the heaven-opening sect going up a test. After all, they have to place their bets, so they have to be sure. The captain of the invincible battle team said, "The captain of the Imperial Sky battle team seems to be that Qin Yun. He was staring at us just now." Qin Yun? A young god king from the deity Desolate? Before he stepped into the first level of the divine space realm, his divine space power already surpassed the limit. I wonder what the upper limit of his divine space power is now. A young girl at the side said in a low voice, also looking at Qin Yun. "I heard that he has lived for many years and is a genius who specializes in inscription. Isn't the sect master afraid that he will bump into something when he lets him go up on stage?" Another youth laughed. "We have to be careful when dealing with this old fox. We're not afraid of young people, but we're afraid of this kind of old fox." The captain laughed and said, "If he really goes on stage, all of you have to be serious and use all your strength to fight with him." Qin Yun did not know that he was being watched. He turned his attention to the arena. After testing the upper limit of the divine cosmos force, Ling Taiyun and the others' divine cosmos force were between 620 and 650. As for the undefeated battle team of the Yu family, the upper limit of their divine space force was 650 to 680. The difference was not very big. Both were within 600. Good. Ling Taiyun and the others have a chance. Lei Li Hui said with a smile. Even if they won, they would have won against a second-tier team. Their opponent's first-tier battle team has more than 700 divine cosmos power. Di Zhongxi said with sigh. Ding Xiaoli also sighed and said, the disparity is still very big. Our first-tier battle team is not even comparable to their second-tier battle team. After testing the upper limit of the divine cosmos power, all the big shots went to a large house on the side of the arena to place their bets. Qin Yun is very concerned about the rules. They have not been announced yet. How to fight and how to win. After everyone finished placing their bets, Yu Yuan floated above the arena and said in a clear voice, Inner Sect and Outer Sect battle is about to begin. Outer Sect battle team is first-tier Ling Tian battle team. Inner Sect battle team is first-tier undefeated battle team. The first round will be decided by their captain playing rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins will decide whether to fight in team battle or one-on-one. Ling Taiyun walked over and started playing rock, paper, scissors with the captain of undefeated battle team, Yu Zhihua. Ling Taiyun won. Captain, there's a choice between team battle and one-on-one. Do you think Ling Taiyun will choose team battle or one-on-one? Lei Hui asked. One-on-one. Qin Yun said, team battle is very disadvantageous for them because the other side is much stronger than them. Sure enough, Ling Taiyun chose one-on-one. The rules of one-on-one is also very simple. Each battle team only has one chance to fight. If they lose, they will be eliminated from the competition. Whichever battle team still has a member left on the stage will be the winner. Ling Tian battle team sent out a short and robust youth. His name is Ling Hu. Qin Yun remembers this youth. He is the one who helped Ling Hu awaken his bloodline heavenly rune. Ling Hu entered the Imperial Heaven sect not long ago, but his upper limit of divine cosmos power has increased to 630. This made Qin Yun very curious. What kind of technique did Yu Yuan and others use? He only heard that because they have third-generation bloodline heavenly runes, their divine cosmos power can increase very quickly. Undefeated battle team's captain is also not the first to fight. Their captain is a small woman. Her name is Yu Lanying. Her upper limit of divine cosmos power is 660, 30 higher than Ling Hu. Ling Hu should be the type with rough skin and thick flesh, but lacked agility. Yu Lanying, on the other hand, looked very agile. As for what kind of battle god technique both of them have mastered, nobody knows. This competition is very important for both of you. Both of you will do your best. So even if you get seriously injured, you can't blame your opponent. If you lose here, at least your soul will be preserved. But if you fight against alien life forms, you will die without leaving anything behind. Yu Yuan said. Hearing Yu Yuan's words, those who have never fought against alien life forms are secretly terrified. Alien life forms can completely destroy those undying and indestructible souls. And in Heavenly God Desolate, there are many powerful races whose souls are hard to destroy. Following Yu Yuan's attack, Ling Hu and Yu Lanying quickly rushed towards each other. Attacking from the very beginning, it can be seen that their battle strategy is the same. The difference is Ling Hu's speed is a lot slower and Yu Lanying's body is as light as a swallow. She is very nimble on the stage. Yu Lanying wants to circle behind Ling Hu and attack when his defense is off guard. This way, she will not waste her divine cosmos power. Both of them have limited divine cosmos power, so they have to carefully calculate how much divine cosmos power they use. If they use all of their divine cosmos power, if the opponent dodges or blocks it, they will be finished. Chapter 2869. Ling Hu knows that she won't fight him head-on, so he is already prepared. He guessed that she will use the tactic of circling around him. Yu Lanying's speed was very fast, coupled with her ingenious footwork. In the blink of an eye, she flashed behind Ling Hu, who was dashing forward. She is not very far away from Ling Hu, but also not very close. At this distance, she can ensure that her divine cosmos power will hit Ling Hu quickly and also ensure a safe distance. Ling Hu knows that Yu Lanying wants to attack him from behind, so he hastily circulated divine cosmos power inside his body. As long as divine cosmos power doesn't explode out of the body and circulate inside the body, it won't quickly dissipate. Circulating divine cosmos power inside the body can make the body's muscles and bones more powerful and have stronger defense. If one can master this aspect well, they can use a very small amount of divine cosmos power to coordinate with their body to defend against extremely strong divine cosmos power attacks. Eulaning attacked. She shot out a golden divine cosmos power like a light beam. This kind of light beam attack also contains very strong divine cosmos power. It is very difficult to dodge. If one doesn't defend early, they will definitely be hit. Ling, who was hit in the waist, when a light beam landed on his body, the divine cosmos power fiercely shook and exploded, followed by intense light and loud explosion that resounded in the battlefield. It seems that Eulaning just casually shot out a light beam, but its power is so dreadful. If there was no barrier to protect it, the range of impact would be even larger. Ling, who is already prepared to defend, adding his body is not weak. After being hit, he was only sent flying by the strong impact. Everyone is watching the battle from all around the battlefield. Even if they use divine cosmos power testing equipment, they can't detect the situation inside the battlefield because there is a barrier that prevents the divine cosmos power from leaking out. At this moment, the spectators were all guessing how much divine universe power Eulaning had used when she attacked just now. Eulaning's attack is around 200 divine cosmos power, but she can erupt with 400 to 500. Yu Guang suddenly arrived beside Qin Yun and said, "That's very good. More than double the power." Qin Yun said. Yu Guang shook his head and said, "Not qualified." Lei Hui and others beside Qin Yun are secretly speechless. More than double the divine cosmos power eruption is still not qualified. Ling Hu, who was sent flying, quickly jumped up from the ground and rushed towards Eulaning. He still has lingering fear in his heart. He seems to be fine. But just now, his body had been shocked to the point of pain from the impact of that divine universe energy. Fortunately, he circulated 400 points of divine cosmos energy within his body, allowing him to have a sufficiently strong defense. Only then was he able to withstand the 400 to 500 points of divine cosmos energy that his opponent had unleashed. Because the divine cosmos energy was circulating in his body and he had good control over it, he had only used a little more than 100 divine cosmos energy. Eulaning, on the other hand, had used 200 divine cosmos force and erupted with nearly 500 divine cosmos force. Yet she still hadn't been able to injure Ling Hu. This was very different from what she had expected. She had thought that she would be able to kill Ling Hu in a single move. The first battle of the undefeated team might be defeated. The young captain of the invincible squad shook his head and said with a smile, "Sister Eulaning underestimated her opponent. She underestimated her opponent very much. She shouldn't have done that. Looks like the sect leader and the others have put in a lot of effort. Their first-line team is really not bad. Our second-string battle team's overall strength is higher than the Lingtian battle team's. If we lose to the Lingtian battle team, it will prove that it is feasible to nurture outer disciples." Another youth said, "As long as an undefeated battle team loses even one match, they don't deserve to be called an undefeated battle team. I really don't know why they chose this name in the first place. We don't even dare to say we won't lose." The captain said, "Isn't our invincible squad a little arrogant? If we also lose, we will definitely be laughed at." A young girl said in a low voice, "If we really lose and are laughed at, then we deserve it." The captain's expression suddenly became serious and said, "If any of you lose, as long as you are still alive, you will bark like a dog 10 times on the spot, and then loudly say that you are a stupid dog. This, Captain, what if you lose?" The young girl's expression changed. "If I lose, I will do the same," the captain said very seriously. The members of the invincible squad did not say anything. They were not worried about losing because their upper limit of divine cosmos power was over 700. Even the geniuses at the first level of the divine cosmos realm from the other heaven-opening ancient race might not dare to say that they could defeat them. Eulaning couldn't hold back. She attacked Ling Hu 3 times, the first time using 200 divine cosmos power, the second time also using 200, and the third time using 100. She only has 660 divine cosmos power. Now she has already used 500 and only has 160 left. And Ling Hu still has 400 divine cosmos power left. The members of the Invincible Squad are all anxious to death. When they named the Invincible Squad, it was because they heard that the other first-line squad was called Invincible Squad. That's why they named it Invincible Squad. They wanted to compete with the other first-line squads. But now, they might lose the first battle. Qin Yun is very seriously watching from outside the battlefield. He muttered in low voice, "It seems like in battle, reckless attack is not good. And having strong enough defense is also very important." Ling Hu specializes in defense. He uses defense as offense. Ling Hu's weakness is that he is slow, but his offense is not weak. He is very strong in both offense and defense. His only weakness is speed. Yu Guang said, "In comparison, although Yulaniing is fast, that's all. She doesn't have much advantage." Yulaniing doesn't have much divine cosmos power left. This greatly affected her mentality. And now Ling, who is closing in step by step, crazily running around on the battlefield, like a mad tiger counterattacking, being chased by this kind of mad tiger. Moreover, this tiger's divine cosmos power is higher than hers. Yulaniing immediately became flustered. She is very worried that he will catch up to her, because with the remaining divine cosmos power left in her body, if she is caught by this rough and large man, she will surely be hung up and beaten. Other heaven-splitting sects, elders and juniors, are now secretly admiring Yu Yuan and other elders for being able to teach such outstanding disciples who just entered the Imperial Heaven sect not long ago. Ling, who is a member of Ling family, his divine cosmos power also increased in a short period of time. Now he is not weaker than the geniuses of ancient Yu clan. Instead, he is a level higher. What they don't know is that Ling, who is also a third-generation heavenly rune bloodline person, this is very important. If it was someone else, even someone with second-generation heavenly rune bloodline, they might not be able to reach Ling Hu's state. "I concede," Yulaniing suddenly shouted. This caused an uproar among the spectators. They're all very shocked. Ancient Yu clan's disciples all have very unsightly expression. The Yu family's people are actually terrified. They did not even bleed before admitting defeat. Young captain of Invincible Battle Team shook his head and said, "If this was Nine Sun's sacred ground, there would be no chance to concede. Our Yu family's brothers and sisters grew up in a very comfortable environment." Chapter 2870. The heaven-splitting ancient clan disciples who returned from the Outerverse all sighed when they saw Yulaniing surrender. The elders of the ancient Yu clan were also speechless. Yulaniing still has nearly 200 divine cosmos power left. Moreover, she is not injured and does not look tired, yet she surrendered just like that. If it was inside the Nine Sun Holy Land, surrendering is equivalent to giving up resistance. The result would be death. Ling, whose condition is still very good. He also took this opportunity to eat space returning divine pill to recover his divine cosmos power. In the interval between the end of a battle, one could eat space restoring divine pills. This was allowed by the rules, but one could not eat it during battle. Otherwise, it would be a competition to see who had more space restoring divine pills. Qin Yun is also analyzing and thinking about how to better display divine cosmos power in this kind of battle. Ling, whose tactic just now was very good, it was clearly taught by Yu Yuan and those elders. It can be seen that they are very experienced. Ling, who can still continue fighting, so he doesn't need to go down. If he can defeat one more opponent, the pressure on his battle team will be greatly reduced. For outer sect disciples, as long as they can defeat inner sect disciples, they will obtain recognition and resources. And for gambling, only outer sect disciples can obtain absolute victory and make all inner sect disciples lose. Then they can win 10 times the amount of divine cosmos golden stones. Outer sect disciples won the first battle. This greatly encouraged Imperial Heaven sect's outer sect disciples. After Xiao Yuan saw this, she said with smile, "Grandma Xiao Hong, we bet on Outer Sect to win. This is the right bet." "That's right, that's right. Outer Sect will definitely win." Xiao Yuan is also very confident because Qin Yun is here. Xiao Hong shook her head and said with smile, "Then you are wrong. After Outer Sect first line and Inner Sect second line battle, there are not many Outer Sect disciples who can continue to fight. An Outer Sect second line battle team's upper limit of Divine Cosmos power is less than 600. Can they defeat battle team with Divine Cosmos power over 700? Just watch. Outer Sect will definitely lose to Inner Sect. This is already a foregone conclusion." Xiao Yuan muttered, "My brother is the captain of Outer Sect's second-line battle team. He will definitely win. Even if our Xiao Heavenly Clan drew 5 of their strongest first-tier Divine Space Realm cultivators, we might not be able to defeat the Imperial Heaven Sect's invincible battle team." Xiao Hong shook her head. "You should know the standard of our Xiao Heavenly Clan's first-tier Divine Space Realm, right?" Xiao Yuan and Xiao Yuan no longer spoke. On the undefeated team side, the next person to go up was a tall man. He was as strong as Ling Hu, and he was taller than Ling Hu. In terms of aura, he suppressed Ling Hu. Ling Hu was under a lot of pressure at the moment. However, he was still able to maintain his composure and fight fiercely with his opponent. The battle in the arena was very intense, and it was all close combat. Fists landed on flesh, and both of them were beaten until their skin was lacerated. On the undefeated team side, because they lost the first match, they were looked down upon by many people. They also realized that this exchange battle was very important. If they didn't perform well, they might be marginalized in the future. It wouldn't be that easy to obtain resources then. Ling Hu had lost this round, but his opponent wasn't much better off. Ling Hu had actually torn off one of his arms, and his entire body was covered in injuries. The tall youth from the undefeated battle team was also unable to continue fighting, so he could only send out the next person. They only had 3 capable fighters on their side, and Ling Tian battle team still had 4. Ling Tian battle team's next person on stage was a very delicate-looking young man. This type of person looked very weak. The undefeated battle team sent out another tall and sturdy young man. Because from the previous 2 battles, the taller and sturdier the better, everyone thought that the delicate youth from the Ling Tian battle team was going to lose. However, what no one expected was that the delicate youth from the Ling Tian battle team had a very strange movement technique. He had mastered a very high-level divine technique and disappeared from the beginning. When there was movement, a very strong ball of light flew out and struck the body of the tall and sturdy man from the undefeated battle team. The arena instantly exploded with a very strong movement. Strong light shot out in all directions and airwaves churned. The loud noise was deafening. After the arena calmed down, the tall and sturdy man from the undefeated battle team had his abdomen burst open. His body was filled with terrifying divine cosmos power, almost causing his body to explode. Many juniors were secretly alarmed. This delicate-looking youth used a lot of divine cosmos power in one attack, at least 500. If he used it, it would definitely reach 1,000. Even if the tall and sturdy man from the undefeated battle team used divine cosmos power to defend, his defense was still broken. This meant that his divine cosmos power could not defend against this kind of attack. Ling Tian battle team won another round. The delicate youth immediately took out a space-returning divine pill and ate it, quickly replenishing his divine cosmos power. And everyone could see that one of the delicate youth's arms had already cracked. Even the bones could be seen. This arm could be said to be crippled. This was caused by the arm not being able to withstand the extreme power after using it. It could quickly increase the upper limit of the divine cosmos power in a short period of time, but to let the body keep up with the pace, it was very difficult to do. Qin Yin now once again realized the importance of divine cosmos golden tendons. Whether it was the undefeated battle team or the Ling Tian battle team, they did not temper many divine cosmos golden tendons. The delicate youth from the Ling Tian battle team ate the space-returning divine pill and quickly replenished his divine cosmos power. If he wanted his arm to recover quickly, it would take a few days. The undefeated battle team only had 2 people left, and one of them was the captain. And on the Lingtian battle team side, there were still 4 people who could fight. The next person to go up from the undefeated battle team was not the captain. He was a very handsome young man. He had delicate features and tender skin. With one look, it was obvious that he lived like a prince. Although this youth from the Lingtian battle team was delicate, he had a ruthless spirit, the kind that was ruthless to himself. After this battle started, the delicate youth from the Lingtian battle team actually won. He didn't even need to use his other arm. He just used his legs to cripple his opponent. Ling Meng, as expected, he is very fierce. Qin Yun remembered this delicate youth's name. Don't look at Ling Meng like this. He is the kind of person who doesn't even blink when he stabs himself a few times. Yu Guang smiled faintly and said, I have to say, the Ling family is quite good at nurturing young people. The Ling family members that Qin Yun had interacted with were indeed not bad. This was also the influence of the entire family. One of Ling Meng's arms was crippled, but he could still fight. He fought 2 consecutive battles and won quickly. The undefeated battle team on the other side only had 1 captain left. After the undefeated battle team's captain went up, he looked very calm. He was a young man with 2 strokes of mustache. He looked slightly older. You still have 1 arm. Is it to defeat me? The undefeated battle team's captain, Yu Jihua, had a relaxed smile on his face and said, Your 1 arm is not enough. If you had 2 arms, you might be able to defeat me. You are wrong. Other than 1 arm, I still have 1 life. Plus my life. Do you think I can defeat you? Ling Meng also had a faint smile on his face. Chapter 2871. The latest chapter of the 9-Sun Divine King. The fact that Ling Meng said this meant that he was prepared to sacrifice his life. Yu Jihua looked at the handsome youth in front of him. He suddenly felt a trace of fear when he heard such ruthless words. Yu Jihua shook his head and said, It's just an exchange. Is there a need to fight to the death? It's just a sparring match. Is there a need to fight to the death? Yu Jihua shook his head. Only by winning can we outer sect disciples obtain more resources and quickly increase our strength. Only by defeating all of you will we outer sect disciples be able to obtain more resources and increase our strength as quickly as possible. Everyone understood Ling Meng's thoughts. If they couldn't become stronger, it meant that they would be killed by the creatures from the outerverse. Everyone understood Ling Meng's thoughts. If they couldn't become stronger, it meant that they would be killed by the creatures from the outerverse. No one could guarantee that the barrier of the 9-Sun Holy Land was absolutely stable. Once the creatures from the outerverse broke through the barrier, the weaker people would be doomed. The Lingtian battle team had a strong sense of danger. That's why they fought so hard. The undefeated battle team had the strength, but their momentum was far inferior to the Lingtian battle team. This was the reason why the Lingtian battle team could defeat the strong. Their hearts were stronger than their opponents. Through the battle between the Lingtian battle team and the undefeated battle team, everyone understood that mentality was very important in battle. Yu Jihua said, I admire the spirit of the Lingtian battle team, but no matter what, I will not let you win. If the undefeated battle team lost this battle, it meant that the resources that belonged to them in the future would be used on the Lingtian battle team. The losers would be spat on. Yu Jihua made a loud sound, announcing the start of the battle. Right from the start, Yu Jihua's God Universe energy aura was rising rapidly. He was circulating all the God Universe energy in his body, circulating it around his body to protect himself. Ling Meng's upper limit was 650 Divine Universe power, while Yu Jihua's was 680. There was a difference of 30 Divine Universe power between them, so the difference wasn't that big. Normally, only a difference of 50 or 60 Divine Universe power would show. Of course, if one's body was extremely strong and had tempered the Divine Universe golden tendons, then even if there was a difference of 100 or even 200 Divine Universe power, they would still be able to fight. Qin Yun invested so many Divine Universe golden stones to cultivate his Divine Universe golden tendons, so his body was now extremely strong. Yu Jihua was going to adopt a defensive strategy. It seemed like he was going to use a delaying strategy to exhaust Ling Meng's divine cosmic force before launching a counterattack. This was similar to Ling Hu's strategy from before. Attack, Yu Jihua said indifferently. It was clear that he was very confident in his own defense. Naturally, Ling Meng could see through Yu Jihua's strategy. He smiled faintly and disappeared from the battlefield. Yu Jihua's expression changed slightly. He couldn't sense where Ling Meng was, and he hurriedly circulated his godly space force in his body, forming a powerful defense. Ling Meng had appeared, and he had actually appeared right in front of Yu Jihua. At the same time that everyone let out a cry of shock, Ling Meng also made his move decisively, throwing a punch towards Yu Jihua. Ling Meng released an extremely ferocious divine universe force, only to see his arm suddenly explode into a bloody mist. After that, a strong golden light exploded out, rushing towards Yu Jihua. Boom! Waves of qi howled and surged within the battle arena, and the repercussions were extremely violent. Ling Meng used up all his divine universe power in one breath. His fist's divine universe power reached 1,500. Even though Yu Jihua defended with all his strength, his ribs were still shattered and he was heavily injured. After the intense light disappeared, everyone saw Yu Jihua lying on the ground at the edge of the battlefield. His whole body was twitching and vomiting blood. Ling Meng stood at the same spot. His handsome face was filled with coldness. One of his arms had just exploded, while the other had been crippled and was hanging down powerlessly. Yu Jihua has lost his ability to fight. Ling Tian Battle Team wins. Yu Yuan finally relaxed and shouted. Ling Tian Battle Team won. Their divine universe power upper limit was not as high as the undefeated battle team, yet they won with absolute superiority. This caused many heaven-splitting ancient clan disciples who just entered the divine universe realm to feel that it was inconceivable. Divine universe power upper limit was higher than others, but it did not mean that they were stronger. The undefeated battle team's older generation all shook their heads and sighed. The undefeated battle team lost miserably. They were defeated by 2 against 5. They lost all their face. Even though Ling Hu and Ling Meng are heavily injured, they still defeated 5 people. This kind of battle result is very praiseworthy. Ling Tian battle team's spirit is worth everyone to learn. Yu Guang said to Qin Yun and others. Qin Yun's battle team's other people have already made up their minds to fight with their lives on the line. Ling Tian battle team still has 3 people who can fight. Yu Yuan shouted. Intersect unparalleled battle team. Go up. Unparalleled battle team is made up of youngsters, and their divine universe power is above 700. Even if this battle team is placed in the entire heaven-splitting ancient clan, it is still a very strong battle team among first-level divine universe realm. Grandma Xiao Hong floated in the air and said with beaming smile, Yuelon, Yuemei, this is the publicly acknowledged first-level divine universe realm unparalleled battle team of the heaven-splitting ancient clan. Publicly acknowledged, unparalleled? My little husband can definitely defeat them. Xiao Yuelon curled her lips and said. Xiao Hong shook her head and said, What you don't know is that our heaven-splitting ancient clan often organize battle teams to exchange pointers with the unparalleled battle team, and in the end, we always lose. Xiao Yuemei muttered in low voice. These little brothers and sisters have very strong aura. It looks like they have killed many people before. Their killing power is very terrifying. Xiao Hong nodded and said, They've all fought against extraterrestrial beings, and it's been since they were young. As soon as the unparalleled battle team appeared, it caused many heaven-splitting ancient clan youngsters to cheer. On the other side, Yu Shangyun, who is floating in the air, is talking to an old granny beside her. Granny Taiwei, last time the unparalleled battle team injured our heavenly moon sect's intersect disciples, but none of them were injured. How can the heavenly moon sect's first-level divine universe realm battle team be so much weaker than them? The unparalleled battle team could have broken through long ago and entered second-level Divine Universe realm, but they never did so because they were bitterly cultivating Divine Universe golden tendons. This is a new experiment of the ancient clan. It can indeed make them unparalleled in the same cultivation level, but it is hard to say how much meaning it has. Granny Tai West said, "Isn't the Divine Universe golden tendons cultivated in stages? Refining 108 Divine Universe golden tendons was done in the third-level Divine Universe realm, right? I have only refined 30 Divine Universe golden tendons." Yu Shangyun said with frown. The new experiment of the Yu ancient clan is to let those little demons refine 108 Divine Universe golden tendons at first-level Divine Universe realm. Granny Tai West sighed and said, "I don't know if this will harm those little demon geniuses. The Yu ancient clan is really reckless. What she doesn't know is that Qin Yun has already refined 108 Divine Universe golden tendons and has already started to strengthen them." Ling Taiyun and his two teammates entered the battlefield and shook hands with the young men and women of the unparalleled battle team. On the stage, Ling Taiyun felt great pressure. He can clearly feel that every member of the unparalleled battle team is like a ferocious giant beast. Chapter 2872. Ling Taiyun and his two teammates shook hands and greeted the invincible battle team in the arena. They looked very friendly, but after this, they might fight to the death. What shocked Ling Taiyun the most was that these youths in front of them were clearly much younger than them, and they all looked quite modest, yet they were as frightening as ferocious beasts. Invincible battle team, begin testing the Divine Universe power, Royal Yuan shouted. Everyone present was very curious about the Divine Universe power of the youths from Invincible Battle Team. The other heaven-splitting ancient clans all knew that the Invincible Battle Team was an experiment by the ancient Yu clan. He had to use a large amount of resources to allow them to refine the Divine Universe golden tendons at the first tier of the Divine Universe realm and see how strong they could be at the limits of the first tier of the Divine Universe realm. More than anyone else, Qin Yin wanted to know the divine cosmic powers of these youths from the Invincible Battle Team. This was because the three from the Lingtian Battle Team had a very slim chance of winning. Once the Lingtian Battle Team was defeated, the Imperial Sky Battle Team would take over. As the captain of the Imperial Sky Battle Team, Qin Yun had a heavy responsibility on his shoulders. If he could really lead his team and defeat the Invincible Battle Team, he would also be able to win a large number of Divine Universe Goldstones. For the sake of that Divine Universe Goldstone, he would definitely risk his life. Wild Charge, 730. Yu Rosewater, 730. Yuan Chen, 740. Vice Captain Yu Ting, 750. Captain Yu Ming, 760. Yu Yuan reported the upper limit of the divine cosmic energy of each member of the Invincible Battle Team. Captain Yu Ming's divine cosmos force had the highest upper limit, reaching 760. Moreover, he was only a youth. When one was at the first tier of the divine space realm, it would be very difficult to raise the divine space force to 500 points. When the upper limit of many people's divine cosmos force reached 500, they could only break through and step into the second level. Only when there were two nuclei in the divine cosmos force particle could the two nuclei continue to expand the divine cosmos within the body. Only when the body was tempered by the divine universe power of the second nucleus could it continue to grow stronger. On the Lingtian battle team's side, Ling Taiyun's divine cosmic energy limit was the same as Ling Ming's. Both of them were at 650, which was also the highest in the entire team. Ling Ming was the vice captain, but he was unable to participate in the battle. As the captain, Ling Taiyun's strength was about the same as Ling Ming's, or maybe a bit stronger. However, his divine universe power was only 650. The Invincible Battle Team's lowest divine universe power was 730. Furthermore, they had tempered multiple divine universe golden tendons. After testing the upper limit of the divine cosmic energy, the captain of the Invincible Battle Team, Yu Ming smiled at Ling Taiyun. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You guys have already shown your potential in the previous battle. You guys have already gained the recognition of the ancient Yu clan. There's no need to work so hard. No matter what, we will do our best. We can't relax just because we won at the beginning. Moreover, fighting with you is also a rare opportunity to gain experience. Ling Taiyun said with a smile. It's good that you have this kind of awareness. We will be merciful and try our best not to injure you too heavily so that you can recover as soon as possible, Yu Ming said with a smile. Next, the two captains played rock, paper, scissors to decide on the method of battle. Yu Ming won the rock, paper, scissors game. He chose to fight one-on-one. If it was a team battle, the Ling Tian battle team would lose even more miserably. Yu Ming was also giving them a chance to fight one-on-one, allowing them to display their full potential on the battlefield. Only then would the ancient Yu clan and the Imperial Sky Sect value these outer sect geniuses more. The Invincible Battle Team sent out Mad Imperial Charge, who had the lowest upper limit of the Divine Universe power. He was an average-looking young man dressed in a clean white shirt. Although his expression was slightly cold, he greeted the members of the Ling Tian Battle Team very politely. The Ling Tian Battle Team sent out a powerful young man named Ling Wei. His upper limit of the Divine Universe power was 630. He greeted the other party boldly. Yu Yuan, who was hosting the battle in the air, looked at the young man below with a solemn expression. His eyes revealed a trace of sorrow as he thought of his dead descendants. Next, the outer sect disciples would soon find out how strong the inner sect's first-line battle team was. The Ling Tian battle team would definitely suffer a heavy blow, but it would be very beneficial for them. Yu Yuan made a loud sound. The Ling Tian battle team and the Invincible battle team were finally going to fight. From the beginning, Ling Wei used the same tactic as Ling Hu. Although he took the initiative to rush over, he used more of his Divine Universe power for defense. He wanted to force Mad Imperial Charge to attack wildly and exhaust his opponent's Divine Universe power. Mad Imperial Charge was a young man, but he was as steady as a mountain on the battlefield. He was like a veteran who had been on the battlefield for a long time. Using mysterious footwork, he went around Mad Imperial Charge in an instant and lightly struck out a few palms. Mad Imperial Charge's palms turned into air waves. The aura looked very weak, but these palms landed on the same spot, hitting Ling Wei's left shoulder very accurately. Several waves of Divine Universe power landed on the same spot one after another. It was equivalent to layers stacking on top of each other. When the first two waves of Divine Universe power stacked on top of each other, it had already penetrated Ling Wei's defense. The next few layers of Divine Universe power followed closely and pierced through Ling Wei's shoulder. Seeing this scene, other than the older generation, everyone present gasped in shock. Mad Imperial Charge's palms looked as light as a feather and did not cause any big movement. However, they pierced through Ling Wei's shoulder and crippled one of his arms. Their cohesion is very strong. They have very good control over Divine Universe power and can use it cleverly. Qin Yun said with frown, "This Invincible battle team really has some skill." Yu Guang nodded and said, "Because they often fight with outside world creatures in dangerous situations. They know that Divine Universe power is very precious, so they won't waste it. They know how to use the least amount of Divine Universe power to unleash the greatest power." Qin Yun immediately took out the magic mirror, contacted Ling Taiyun, and said, "Taiyun, can you grind down the two Invincible battle team members?" "Yes." Ling Taiyun's voice was powerful and heavy. Ling Taiyun grew up very quickly. He is also very calm. Hearing Qin Yun's question, he knew that their outer sect battle team has hope of defeating inner sect battle team. Therefore, their Ling Tian battle team must grind down the other two no matter what. This way, Qin Yun will lead Imperial Sky battle team to fight 5 against 3. Their hope of winning is very high. Qin Yun put away the magic mirror. He did not say too much to Ling Taiyun. He is very clear that Ling Taiyun and others will definitely do their best to grind down the other two. Although Ling Wei lost an arm at the beginning, he is very tenacious. As long as the divine universe power inside his body is not exhausted, he will continue to fight. Even if he can't win, he will do his best to exhaust the other side and injure them. This way, the next team member will have a chance to defeat the other side. Mad Imperial Charge saw that the other side has the thought of fighting with their lives on the line. He also wanted to end this battle quickly, but he underestimated Ling Wei's tenacity. Ling Wei dragged his injured body and still tenaciously fought. He wants to create an opportunity to fight and kill. Mad Imperial Charge has fought with many heaven-opening ancient clan first-layer Divine Universe realm experts. But this is the first time he met someone like Ling Tian Battle Team who doesn't care about their lives. Please remember this book's domain name. 9 Heaven Divine Emperor mobile version website. Chapter 2873. The Ancient Yu Clan's invincible battle team was indeed a first-rate battle team. It hadn't been long since they started, but they were already forcing Ling Tian Battle Team's Ling Wei to fight with his life on the line. Ling Wei knew it would be difficult to defeat his opponent, but he wouldn't admit defeat so easily. He still had a lot of Divine Universe power left. If he admitted defeat before he used up all his Divine Universe power, he would only be laughed at. Mad Imperial Charge was a youth. From his name, one would think he was an impulsive and violent person, but it was the exact opposite. He was fighting very steadily, and his attacks were very elegant. Every time he attacked, he would suddenly send out several bursts of energy that would stack together to break Ling Wei's defense. Mad Imperial Charge planned to use the least amount of Divine Universe power to break Ling Wei's tough internal shield. Previously, Mad Imperial Charge had easily pierced through Ling Wei's shoulder, but he couldn't do it now. After learning the characteristics of Mad Imperial Charge's attacks, Ling Wei thought about it and quickly thought of a way to deal with it. The Divine Universe power flowing in Ling Wei's body could be manipulated at will. Mad Imperial Charge had attacked his abdomen earlier, wanting to break the defense of his abdomen muscles, and had sent out 5 bursts of Divine Universe power. These 5 bursts of Divine Universe power would attack his abdomen one after another. It might look like they arrived in an instant, but there was a sequence to them. This way, they would stack one after the other, and the impact would be very powerful. When the first 2 bursts of Divine Universe power arrived, Ling Wei hurriedly used large amounts of Divine Universe power to attack his defensive abdomen, strengthening his abdomen muscles. This way, when the 3 stacked bursts of Divine Universe power hit his abdomen, they would be repelled by the Divine Universe power in his body. Unless he continued to use large amounts of Divine Universe power to attack a single point at once, he wouldn't be able to break through Ling Wei's defense. Ling Wei was already injured, but his attacks were still ferocious. His reckless fighting style, coupled with his extremely strong defense, even those with a higher Divine Cosmos force would feel a headache at this moment. Mad Imperial Charge still had 600 points of Divine Universe power left. He hadn't expected that he would still be unable to defeat Ling Wei after using up so much Divine Universe power. Ling Wei still had more than 500 points of Divine Universe power left, and there was still a gap between them. Moreover, he had already lost an arm. In close combat, Mad Imperial Charge was also afraid of Ling Wei. Because Ling Wei was reckless, Mad Imperial Charge could only attack from a distance. If he attacked from too far away, after the Divine Cosmos power left his body, he would have to attack from a great distance. That would require even greater cohesion. Moreover, the Divine Cosmos force would weaken a little after flying out a certain distance. At the same time, the other party would also be able to take the opportunity to dodge. After Ling Wei saw through this, he tried to lean on Imperial Charge. This won't do. If Mad Imperial Charge continues like this, his Divine Cosmos force will be exhausted. Attacking from afar isn't a long-term plan. He needs to find a chance to get close to his opponent and then use even more Divine Cosmos power to defeat him. Yu Ming, the team leader, also saw what Ling Wei was thinking. Why are the disciples of the Ling family so terrifying? Their physical bodies were very strong. Could he have tempered a lot of divine universe golden tendons? Yu Ting murmured. She had also tempered some divine universe golden tendons, but her fleshly body wasn't very strong. It could be said that their physical bodies were their shortcoming. Even if they had a lot of divine universe golden tendons, they were still helpless against those fellows whose physical bodies were already very strong. Those fellows from the Ling family battle team all have third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns, Yu Ming said solemnly. Moreover, they are different from our third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns. Third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns are also different, Yu Ting said in shock. Could it be Sister Yao Yao's level of third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns? That's because they have been strengthened by ancestral bloodline heavenly patterns. We have been in the outerverse for too long and are no longer in this cosmos. Our connection with ancestral bloodline heavenly patterns has long been severed. It is said that the formation of the 6 myriad realms divine sons is related to ancestral bloodline heavenly patterns. That's why Sister Yao Yao's third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns are very rare. Yu Ming said. The other girl, Yu Rosewater, said in a low voice, "Sigh, we know very little about bloodline heavenly patterns. But then again, how did the sect leader find so many outstanding people with third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns? No wonder they are so strong." On the arena, there was already a lot of blood dripping down. It could be said that Ling Wei and Mad Imperial Charge were pestering each other. For a moment, Mad Imperial Charge couldn't do anything to Ling Wei. In the end, Mad Imperial Charge was forced to close in on Ling Wei and had no choice but to engage in close combat. After close combat, Mad Imperial Charge became even more cautious. This was because this was something he wasn't good at. Although his divine cosmos force was a bit stronger and he could punch a bloody hole in Ling Wei's body, his own situation was even more dangerous. Finally, Mad Imperial Charge was forced into close combat. Sure enough, Ling Wei grabbed an opportunity and pounced on Mad Imperial Charge. Then he erupted with all the divine cosmos force in his body and attacked wildly. Yu Chang's body was punched several times in a frenzy, and those punches were caused by the eruption of the mighty divine universe force. Mad Imperial Charge, who had a relatively slender body, also felt waves of pain after being hit. However, he had fought against otherworldly beings since he was young, so he didn't panic in the face of danger. While circulating his divine cosmos force to protect his body, he struck Ling Wei with his palm. Ling Wei's divine cosmos force was exhausted, and his body was ruthlessly attacked several times. He collapsed to the ground and lost the ability to fight. Mad Imperial Charge had won. He still had more than 200 units of divine cosmos force left, but he had been punched several times by his opponent. His body was secretly aching, but fortunately he hadn't lost. Ling Wei has lost, Yu Yuan shouted. Although Ling Wei lost, many older generation thought that his performance was pretty good. At least he was able to hold on until the end. As soon as he came down, Qin Yun went over and used by Shenyang's power to heal him. Mad Imperial Charge also hastily ate a space-returning divine pill to recover his divine cosmos force. Otherwise, he might lose the following battle. Ling Tian battle team still have 2 people. The next to go up is Ling Sheng. He is also tall and big. Moreover, his face is somewhat similar to Ling Wei. With one look, it is clear that they are brothers. It's this kind of ruthless guy again. Mad Imperial Charge tightly clenched his fists. He knew that the following battle is going to be a bitter fight. The battle started. Mad Imperial Charge really fell into a bitter fight. He was already injured in the last battle and is unable to quickly recover. During the battle, he dragged his injured body, which greatly affected his performance, causing his reaction speed to be a lot slower. What made people surprised is that Mad Imperial Charge is also this kind of ruthless guy, just that he was not forced to this extent before. Now he is forced to fight head-on with his opponent in close combat. Both of them are badly battered and bleeding. Their entire body is filled with scars. In the end, Mad Imperial Charge still won. He is also heavily injured. But Ling Sheng is lying on the ground, unable to crawl up. Mad Imperial Charge won. He is still standing because of the many divine cosmos golden tendons on his body. In the end, he was carried off the battle stage. After Ling Sheng was carried off the stage, Qinyan also went over to help heal him. Invincible Battle Team is very strong, but they are not truly invincible. They did not manage to defeat 3 people from Ling Tian Battle Team. Of course, Mad Imperial Charge did not lose and defeated 2 people from Ling Tian Battle Team. This is also very rare. After all, those 2 people are ruthless people who don't care about their lives. Ling Tian Battle Team only has Ling Taiyun as their captain. Yuan Chen, you go up. The opponent is a captain. Don't lower your guard. Yu Ming warned. Chapter 2874. A complete copy. I will update the latest chapter of the 9 Sons Divine King as soon as possible. Yuan Chen was a rather cute-looking youngster. His hair was tied up in a bun. When he smiled, his smile was very bright. Coupled with his white teeth, he looked very good. After the youth jumped onto the arena, there were many young ladies chattering and laughing as they discussed this cute little youth. After Ling Taiyun stepped onto the stage, his handsome appearance caused many women to scream in excitement. Because of the pressure, Ling Taiyun did not smile as sweetly as Yuan Chen. The Ling Tian Battle Team only had Ling Taiyun left. In many people's eyes, if he could not defeat the entire Invincible Battle Team, then the Imperial Sky Battle Team would just be going through the motions. After all, the Imperial Sky Battle Team was a second-tier battle team. Even if the Invincible Battle Team only had 1 person, it would not be a problem for them to defeat them. Of course, this was only what others thought. Qinyan does not think so. Xiao Yuelon, Xiao Yuemei, and Imperial Yao Yao also do not think so. Qinyan had previously contacted Ling Taiyun and asked them to grind down the 2 members of the Invincible Battle Team. Invincible Battle Team's Mad Imperial Charge had already been worn down. Next, it was hard to say whether Ling Taiyun could wear down Yuan Chen. The upper limit of Yuan Chen's Divine Cosmos Force was 740, while Ling Taiyun's was only 650, a difference of more than 90. If Yuan Chen was defeated, then there would only be 3 people left in the Invincible Battle Team. Captain Yu Ming and Vice Captain Yu Ting would be extremely difficult to deal with. As for Yu Rosewater, her Divine Cosmic Force's upper limit was only 730. This was relatively easy to deal with. Captain Ling Tian will be the last to go up. I think his strength must be very strong. Yuan Chen laughed. No matter how strong they are, they can't be stronger than you guys. Ling Taiyun also had a smile on his face at this moment. His whole body relaxed a lot. If we had the same upper limit of Divine Cosmos Force, I might not be your match. I am stronger than you. Only the upper limit of my Divine Cosmos power is higher than yours. Yuan Chen said, "This battle was originally unfair." Ling Taiyun said with a smile, "In the 9 Sun Sacred Ground, if we encounter foreign creatures, they won't talk about fairness at all. The reason we cultivate is to become stronger, to fight against alien life forms. In the future, when we encounter alien life forms that are stronger than us, this kind of situation is unavoidable. Therefore, to be able to exchange blows with outstanding warriors that are stronger than us is an opportunity to train." Not bad, very right. Yuan Chen nodded repeatedly. For example, if the Ling Tian Battle Team entered the 9 Sun Sacred Ground in the future and cooperated well with each other, even if they encountered foreign creatures that were stronger than them, their chances of survival would be higher. In comparison, the previously undefeated battle teams might have been killed by alien life forms that were weaker than them. Below, Qin Yun said with a smile, "This guy Ling Taiyun is growing up very fast. I have to say, Sect Master and Elders are really something. Actually, they have great potential. We're just guiding them to unleash it on their own." Royal Light smiled. The sect leader and elders of the Imperial Sky Sect were much more relaxed at this moment. It was enough for the Ling Tian battle team to defeat the undefeated battle team of the Inner Sect. Qin Yun and Imperial Light are helping Ling Wei and Ling Sheng heal. Imperial Light is amazed to discover that Qin Yun's healing technique is very brilliant. This kind of peculiar divine power has very strong recovery power. Qin Yun has mastered a very formidable white god sun totem. He can quickly carve runes on Ling Wei and the other's body and then pour in a large amount of white god sun power to strengthen their regeneration power. Imperial Light truly believes that Qin Yun is an expert in inscription and not an expert in battle. Now he is somewhat worried that Qin Yun will be injured. After all, this kind of inscription genius should be hiding behind the scenes. He doesn't need to fight on the battlefield. Ling Taiyun and Yu Inchen's battle has begun. This is a battle that everyone is paying attention to. Everyone believes that this will be the last exciting battle of the exchange competition, because Ling Taiyun is currently the strongest among the outer sect disciples. First level divine universe realm. Ling Taiyun is really the same as other Ling family disciples. Very brave, very desperate, and not afraid of death. Although the Ling Tian battle team members are not afraid of death, they are not reckless. During the battle, they will adjust their tactics according to the sudden situation. Yuan Chen's battle was not easy. Although he knew that this captain is not easy to deal with, he still underestimated him. He has 90 divine universe power higher than Ling Taiyun, but the advantage is not too big. Under normal circumstances, this kind of advantage is still there, especially when everyone is at their limit. The reason why Yuan Chen can have 740 divine universe power is because he is refining divine universe golden tendons. And Ling Taiyun's divine universe power also far exceeds the 500 limit. He certainly refined divine universe golden tendons. But the strength of their body is not worse than the invincible battle team members. Many of the older members of the Ling Tian battle team were curious about this. They had discussed it in secret. They suspected that the members of the Ling Tian battle team all had powerful third-generation bloodline heavenly patterns, which made their bodies stronger and their divine cosmic energy slightly stronger than others. Of course, Ling Taiyun was promoted in a short period of time, so his foundation was not very stable. Compared to Yuan Chen, he was still lacking a lot. After they exchanged more than 10 moves, Ling Taiyun's body is full of injuries. There are several bloody holes on his body. Yuan Chen is also not at ease. One of his arms was broken by Ling Taiyun. He can no longer use it. For Yuan Chen, being forced to this point by Ling Taiyun is already considered a loss because his divine universe power is 100 times higher than Ling Taiyun's. In the end, Ling Taiyun still lost, but he destroyed one of Yuan Chen's arms and even broke his left knee. What made the young sisters feel relieved is that Yuan Chen's cute face is not injured. Ling Taiyun lost. Invincible battle team wins this round. Yu Yuan shouted. Yuan Chen can no longer fight. Invincible battle team only has 3 people left. Ling Taiyun was carried on Qin Yun's shoulder and brought down the stage to heal. Qin Yun already made a few talismans with White God Yang Totem and stuck them on Ling Taiyun's injured body. Yu Yuan shouted. Outer Sect still has Imperial Sky Battle Team, but their Divine Universe power is much lower than Invincible Battle Team, so Imperial Sky Battle Team can choose to withdraw. Sect Master, we will not withdraw. We will go up. Dijon Tsai shouted. I ask Imperial Sky Battle Team's captain to make a decision. Yu Yuan said. He is also frantically hinting Qin Yun to withdraw. Qin Yun feels that Yu Yuan's brain has gone haywire. It was Yu Yuan who brought him to bet 3 billion Divine Universe Golden Stones. How can he admit defeat without even fighting? We will not withdraw. Continue to fight. Qin Yun shouted. Finished speaking. He led his 4 teammates and walked onto the stage. Qin Yun went on stage. Moreover, he is not the least bit stage fright. Ling Taiyun looked at the back of Qin Yun and others, let out a long sigh, and said, I bet a lot. Whether or not I can make a big profit, it all depends on you guys. Chapter 2875. Qin Yun brought his teammates to the arena and shook hands with Yu Ming and the others. Seeing Qin Yun appear, many of the spectators began to shout. After all, he is a famous person in the divine desolate land, a young divine king. What made people puzzled is that Qin Yun is actually from second line battle team. Although he is the captain, this second line battle team is clearly not as strong as the first line battle team. On the invincible battle team side, there are only 3 people left. They are Yu Ming, Yu Ting, and Yu Rosewater, 1 young man and 2 young girls. Among the 3 of them, Yu Rosewater is the weakest, and Yu Ting is the vice captain. Her strength cannot be underestimated. Captain Yu Tian, I hope that you will show mercy when we fight. We are your younger brothers and sisters, the future hope of the Imperial Heaven Sect. Don't break us, Yu Ming said with a smile on his face. Captain Invincible, you really know how to joke. Our divine space power limit is not even 600. How can we break you? But you little brothers and sisters who are monstrous like little brothers and sisters, give us big brothers and sisters a way out. How about this? You guys just directly admit defeat. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Yu Ming laughed a few times and said, if we didn't bet a lot, we would definitely give face to big brothers and sisters. But there's no other way. We were forced by our elders to bet more than 1 billion divine universe golden stones. We have no choice but to win. That's all we saved up by saving up. Yu Rosewater lightly snorted and said, those elders are really something. They want us to bet our entire family's wealth. Yu Ting said with smile, I heard that the elders bet 2 to 3 billion. What's more, if we win, we can still earn a bit. Hearing this, Qin Yun and the others are secretly shocked. Other than Lei Li Hui, they also bet on themselves to win. Unexpectedly, the other side also bet a lot on themselves, starting from 1 billion. Brothers and sisters, why don't we discuss it? You guys just admit defeat, and we will give you our winnings. How about it? Yu Ming said, if we fight with our lives on the line, it will definitely be like before. Everyone will be heavily injured. Qin Yun shook his head and said, I'd bet 3 billion on myself. If I win, it will be 30 billion. If you can give me 30 billion, then I won't fight. The young men and women of Invincible Battle Team are immediately startled. You are a werewolf. I admit defeat. Yu Ming had nothing to say. Even in such a disadvantageous situation, he still dared to bet 3 billion on himself. In his eyes, Qin Yun was even more ruthless than the members of the Ling Tian battle team. When Ling Taiyun heard Qin Yun say that he bought 3 billion Outer Sect disciples, he was also shocked. Members of the Imperial Sky battle team begin the Divine Cosmos Force Test. Yu Yuan shouted. Qin Yun and company immediately went over to check. Lei Li Hui, 585. Dijon Tsai, 590. Ding Xiaoli, 588. Li Shiqian, 585. Qin Yun, 503. After the outer court second-rate battle squads finished testing the upper limit of the Divine Cosmos Force, they were all stunned. Not a single member of the Imperial Sky battle team had an upper limit of 600 Divine Cosmos power. Furthermore, the captain, Qin Yun, only had an upper limit of 500. What the hell is going on? Why is Qin Yun only around 500? I thought he was at least 1,000. After all, he had a slow start. But then again, why is he the captain? Could it be that he hid part of his strength? It must be. This guy Qin Yun is famous for being sinister. He must have used some secret technique to hide a large portion of his divine universe power. Then he made people look down on him so that he could plot against others. Among the people present who are familiar with Qin Yun, no one believes that Qin Yun's upper limit of divine cosmos power is only around 500. Many people guess that Qin Yun's upper limit is at least 750. Outer Sect deliberately placed him in the second-line battle team to trick people. Many people present secretly despise this old scoundrel Qin Yun. Qin Yun is very helpless. His upper limit of divine cosmos power is only around 500. Little husband, this is a bit excessive. The other side are all little brothers and sisters. I hope he won't break them. Xiao Yuelan said with charming smile. Old brother is really something. Why do you always like to hide? If it was me, I would definitely show off my super high upper limit of divine cosmos power in a domineering manner. Xiao Yuanmei said. She also doesn't believe that Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is only around 500. Yu Yuan and other elders are also somewhat dumbstruck. They did not expect that everyone would think so highly of Qin Yun. And they are very certain that Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is only around 500, because they're suspecting that Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is fake. Many older generation people who bet a lot came down one after another to examine Qin Yun. A few middle-aged women with yellow hands are touching and pinching Qin Yun's body, causing Xiao Yuan and Yu Shangyun to gnash their teeth in anger. They did not discover Qin Yun's divine cosmos golden tendons, and finally confirmed that Qin Yun's upper limit of divine cosmos power is only around 500. What? Xiao Yun really only has 500 divine cosmos power? Xiao Yuan saw Xiao Hong return. She nodded her head with certainty and mumbled, "Old brother, I bet a lot of divine cosmos golden stones. I will lose everything." Xiao Yuanmei pouted. Her expression is filled with worry. Xiao Hong chuckled and said, "I told you not to look down on Imperial Heaven Sect's unparalleled battle team. If you don't listen to the elders, you will suffer losses right before your eyes." When everyone found out that Qin Yun's upper limit of divine cosmos power is only around 500, they all sighed one after another. From their point of view, the young divine king who once shook the wind and clouds has completely fallen behind. He is far inferior to the Yu ancient clan's youngster. He is even inferior to Ling family's Ling Taiyun. Yu Ming said with frown, "Yu Ting, you Rosewater, don't lower your guard." Even though the opponent only has 500 divine cosmos power, he is a genius inscription master. Have you ever fought against a genius inscription master? No, genius inscription masters rarely go out to fight. Moreover, they are not good at fighting. And those inscription battle saints have very high cultivation. They are also very rare. It is very difficult to have a chance to fight them. Yu Ting shook her head and said, "That's right. Qin Yun is a very difficult guy to deal with. That's why he is leading the second line battle team. Remember, we must use our strongest attack from the very beginning. Don't underestimate his strength." Yu Ming said with serious expression. Qin Yun is secretly amazed. He did not expect that this melon baby before him would know that he wants to use inscription battle technique to fight. He also wants to use inscription battle technique because he expected that these little demons of the unparalleled battle team have never fought against an inscription battle saint before. Qin Yun and Yu Ming play rock, paper, scissors to decide the method of battle. Yu Ming wins the rock, paper, scissors. "I choose group battle," Yu Ming shouted. The previous two battles were one-on-one. Now it is group battle. Unparalleled battle team is fighting 3 against 5. Even though they only have 3 people, each of them have very high upper limit of divine cosmos power. Their superiority is very clear. Yu Ming then said to his teammates, "We will join hands from the very beginning and concentrate our attacks on Qin Yun. As long as we can get rid of him, we will have won half the battle." Qin Yun cursed Yu Ming in his heart, this clever little demon. However, on his face, he revealed a smile. "Group battle is not good for you. Instead, it is very advantageous for us. I was worried that you would choose one-on-one. Now we will win for sure." Chapter 2876. Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater are scared by Qin Yun. Their faces are filled with worry. Yu Ming laughed loudly and said, "Big brother, it's not good to scare people. Don't be so sure if you haven't fought before." Yes. We will know after we fight," Qin Yun said with beaming smile. "Little brothers and sisters, don't worry. Big brother is a good person. I will definitely be lenient. You are the flowers, the future of Imperial Heaven Sect. It is not good to break them." Yu Ming knew that Qin Yun is a very sinister guy, but he is still very confident. After all, Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is only around 500. No matter how strong he is, he can't be that strong. Seeing Qin Yun so confident, Yu Yuan and Yu Guang slightly frowned. They are worried that Qin Yun will risk his life to win. If he is injured, it will have a great impact on Qin Yun. But there is no other way. Qin Yun bet 3 billion in order to win a large amount of divine cosmos golden stones. He will definitely risk his life in this competition. Qin Yun secretly communicated with his team members. Lei Li Huwei, Li Shiqian, you two go deal with Yu Ting. Ding Xiaoli, Di Zhongcai, you two go fight Yu Rosewater. Yu Ming, leave him to me. This is a team battle, and the other side only has 3 people. According to Qin Yun's arrangement, there will be 3 battles at the same time. Qin Yun and Yu Ming will fight one-on-one. The other 2 battles will be 2-on-1. This way, as long as Qin Yun can suppress Yu Ming, the Imperial Heaven battle team will fight 2-on-1. Even if they can't win in a short period of time, they won't lose. Qin Yun believes that if he and Yu Ming fight one-on-one, his chances of winning are very high. As long as his team members can suppress Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater, it will be fine. The spectators are also guessing how Qin Yun will guide them, because no matter how they look at it, Qin Yun is the person with the lowest upper limit of divine cosmos power. He is the weakest in this battle. Moreover, he is the main target. Yu Yuan made a loud sound. The last battle of the battle has begun. From the beginning, Qin Yun quickly rushed to the side to avoid being focused fire. Lei Li Huwei and Li Shiqian were in a team. They were both very explosive. If they worked together to deal with Yu Ting, the vice-captain, they would definitely be able to hold on for a while. Ding Xiaoli was a disruptive type. Her explosive power was not very strong, so when it came to fighting, she could only rely on Di Zhongcai. Of course, with Ding Xiaoli interfering with Yu Rosewater, Di Zhong would have a much easier time. Hence, their team was very suitable to deal with Yu Rosewater, who was weaker in Invincible Battle Team. They formed groups of 2 and spread out from the very beginning, looking for opportunities to entangle their targets. Surprisingly, even though Qin Yun had dodged far away, he was still being chased by the 3 of them. The members of the Invincible Battle Team were indeed at the pinnacle of the first tier of the Divine Space Realm. They were all extremely fast. Lei Li Huwei and the others couldn't catch up at all. But what shocked everyone the most was that Qin Yun was frantically fleeing around the battlefield. His speed was even faster than Yu Ming and the other 2 who had an upper limit of 700 divine cosmos force. Qin Yun used gravity to make his body very light. Then he skillfully used divine cosmos power to circulate within his body. Whether it is jumping or flying, he is very fast. This won't do. If this goes on, they'll catch up to me. Once they surround me, they'll definitely beat me up until I vomit blood. Qin Yun saw that Lei Li Huwei and the others couldn't catch up, so he could only use his consummate skill ahead of time. He used the nether sun within his divine space to transform 200 divine cosmos power into supergravity. Then he used exploding universe divine technique to release it. Like this, he could erupt with 600 divine cosmos power. He suddenly stopped and pushed out with his palms. 2 streams of divine cosmos power condensed into supergravity. Each stream had 300 divine cosmos power and shot towards Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater. Qin Yun's sudden attack caught everyone by surprise, because looking at his posture, it seems like he wanted to fight 1 against 3. But his upper limit of divine cosmos power was only a bit more than 500. Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater were enveloped by 2 supergravity forces. Supergravity forces are very strange. After approaching, it would envelop an area and then form gravity forces. The gravity forces released by Qin Yun did not press down on them. Instead, it made them weightless and their bodies suddenly floated up. Seeing Qin Yun stop, Yu Ming quickly used divine cosmos power to greet him. The divine mirror of primal, beginning inside Qin Yun's divine cosmos, secretly provided Qin Yun with power. This way, Qin Yun could see the divine cosmos power that Yu Ming was using. Good fellow, he used 150 divine cosmos power in one go. It should be at least 300, right? Through his heavenly eye, Qin Yun can see that the divine cosmos power condensed by Yu Ming's fist is 150. Yu Ming is not fighting in close combat. Instead, he is still several tens of meters away from Qin Yun when he punched out with lightning-fast fist energy. When the fist energy exploded out, it reached 400 divine cosmos power. This little demon's attack is quite ruthless. Qin Yun immediately used 100 divine cosmos power. Through the nether sun, he released a kind of space distortion power, distorting the space around him. The advantage of doing this is that he doesn't need to face the formidable divine cosmos power head-on. He only needs to divert the divine cosmos power. Sure enough, that very strong fist energy was originally going to hit Qin Yun, but after coming into contact with the spatial distortion field, it very strangely went around and smashed into the ground behind Qin Yun, causing a ferocious explosion of air. Immediately, violent winds howled. Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater are currently entangled by Lei Li Hui and the others. They simply can't catch up to Qin Yun. Yu Ming suddenly feels that the situation is very thorny, because when Qin Yun attacked, he simply can't sense Qin Yun's divine cosmos power. Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is a special ability released by the Nether Sun. It is indeed not very obvious. This way, even if he secretly cheats, it won't arouse anyone's suspicion. Just now Qin Yun used 300 divine cosmos power. He immediately used the divine King Heavenly Seal inside his body to replenish it, but he only used 30 million divine cosmos golden stones. Little demon, I am after all a divine king. You are still too inexperienced to defeat me. Qin Yun mischievously laughed in his heart. Seeing Qin Yun's sinister smile, Yu Ming's complexion became even more dignified. He knew that this kind of old fox is very difficult to deal with. During a battle, estimating the opponent's divine cosmos power consumption is very important. If you can't estimate it, you basically don't know how much divine cosmos power your opponent has left. Yu Ming can't estimate how much divine cosmos power Qin Yun has left. Both of them are first-level divine cosmos realm. They only have one nucleus. When they erupt with battle skills, their might is about the same. If Qin Yun uses several hundred divine cosmos power, and Yu Ming doesn't have enough divine cosmos power to defend, he will definitely be injured. After taking care of this little demon, I will go help Lei Li Hui and the others. Very soon I will get 30 billion, and the 10 billion Yao Yao gave me will be 40 billion. Ha ha. Seeing that Yu Ming is not as difficult to deal with as he imagined, Qin Yun's heart suddenly bloomed with joy. Chapter 2877. Yu Ming began to have doubts in his heart because Qin Yun used a strange technique to obstruct Yu Ming and Yu Rosewater. He must have used a lot of divine cosmos power. Then in order to block his fist energy, he also distorted space. He must have used a lot of divine cosmos power. But now, Qin Yun seems to have an abundance of divine cosmos power. What made Yu Ming most puzzled is that his speed is not as fast as Qin Yun's. Qin Yun's footwork is very awesome, especially when combined with his divine cosmos power. It is very difficult to catch up to him at the same cultivation level. He can use Void Crossing Step to shuttle through space. Nether Sun provides him with power that can easily distort space, allowing him to travel through space with very little consumption. Qin Yun is flashing here and there, suddenly appearing behind Yu Ming and then appearing in front of him in the blink of an eye. There is no trace of movement. And with Yu Ming's current strength, he is unable to interfere with space. Yu Ming is very cautious. He did not casually attack because Qin Yun can easily dodge his attacks. Without absolute certainty, he does not dare to use a lot of divine cosmos power. It would only be a waste. Yu Ming often fights with other universe life forms. Although they are powerful and savage, they are not sinister at all, unlike Qin Yun, who has mastered many strange techniques. Qin Yun originally wanted to waste Yu Ming's divine cosmos power and then easily defeat his opponent. But now Yu Ming is holding back his divine cosmos power to defend. At the same time he is wandering around. He has no intention of attacking. This guy's defense is quite strong. Qin Yun used Heavenly Eye and saw more than 600 divine cosmos power flowing inside Yu Ming's body. If this 600 divine cosmos power is used together with divine golden tendon and his body is strong enough, he can defend against 1500 divine cosmos power attacks. Then I will take the initiative to attack. Qin Yun quickly condensed a very strong dragon tree totem through the Imperial Heaven divine rune image. The dragon tree totem is like a dragon formed from tree roots. It drilled into the ground and rushed towards Yu Ming. At the same time, Qin Yun approached Yu Ming and released gravity pressure on him, making it impossible for him to dodge. The dragon tree totem also drilled out from the ground. It transformed into a tree root dragon claw and grabbed Yu Ming's legs. Qin Yun immediately used 400 divine cosmos force and released it together with the universe explosion divine art. Then, through the heaven severing 9 fingers, the 400 divine cosmos force exploded to 1500 and hit Yu Ming's back shoulder. Yu Ming's legs were entangled, but he did not use his divine cosmos force to struggle. Instead, he mobilized all of his divine cosmos force to defend himself. He knew that Qin Yun was deliberately entangling his feet in order to disrupt his control of the divine cosmos force and weaken his defenses. A sky-penetrating finger force pierced through, releasing a sharp, whistling sound. It was extremely terrifying, landing on the back of Yu Ming's shoulder. Bang! After the finger energy hit Yu Ming, an explosion sounded out. Everyone can see that Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is extremely strong, at least 1,000. And what caused people to be astonished is that after Yu Ming's shoulder was hit, his entire body was pushed forward by a powerful force. Qin Yun's attack did not injure Yu Ming at all. This guy's defense is indeed very strong. Qin Yun still underestimated Yu Ming. His battle experience is very rich. That move just now should have had 1500 divine cosmos power. Yu Ming turned around, rubbed the place where he was hit by Qin Yun, and said, "Your divine cosmos power is only a bit more than 500 and you consumed a lot of it before. Now you burst out with 1500, you should not have much divine cosmos power left, right?" Qin Yun only had 500 divine cosmos power, but after using a technique, he could burst out with 1500. What kind of battle god technique is this? Why is it so dreadful? And what caused people to be most astonished is that Qin Yun's body can withstand such dreadful burst of divine cosmos power. That is Yu Guang's divine cosmos explosion technique. If he cultivates the first layer, he can burst out with divine cosmos power by 3 times. This is very harmful to the body. Xiao Hong said with frown, but Qin Yun seems to be fine. Just how strong is this guy's body? No matter what, this brat is going to lose soon. His divine cosmos power is almost completely consumed. I have to say that his move just now was very beautiful. But this little demon, Yu Ming's defense is very strong. He is looking down on Yu Ming. Granny Taiyue brought Yu Shang Yun and Mu Jin and flew over. Yu Ming finally forced Qin Yun to use a big move and consume a large amount of divine cosmos power. Now he's a lot more relaxed. The older generation who bet on the intersect victory all let out a sigh of relief because Qin Yun is indeed a threat. The current Qin Yun's divine cosmos power is definitely less than 100, so he can't raise any waves. Losing to Yu Ming is just a matter of time. Qin Yun secretly used the divine King Heavenly Seal and consumed 40 million divine cosmos golden stones to replenish the 400 divine cosmos power he consumed just now. After replenishing the divine cosmos power, he will have a strong enough defense to avoid being killed by Yu Ming's big move. Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater are both being suppressed. They also don't dare to use their strongest divine cosmos power. They can only wait. If one of them loses, then the invincible battle team will have lost half. Qin Yun, it's my turn to attack. Yu Ming laughed. Just as he was about to rush over, Qin Yun suddenly flashed and dodged Yu Ming, who was rushing over. When Qin Yun dodged, he immediately released his divine cosmos golden tendons. Everyone can see golden light suddenly appear on Qin Yun's back. Many golden threads came out from Qin Yun's back, and finally turned into a pair of wings. This is the release of divine cosmos golden tendons. It can be used to quickly absorb the divine cosmos power of the myriad realms' divine suns. After Qin Yun released the divine cosmos golden tendons, the sunlight visible to the naked eye are all absorbed by the wings on his back. That is divine cosmos golden tendons. How can this guy have so many divine cosmos golden tendons? And he even dares to release them. What is he doing? You ancient clan's older generation suddenly cried out in fear. Those old guys from the heaven-opening ancient clan are very familiar with divine cosmos golden tendons. They also know the purpose of Qin Yun releasing them. It is to quickly absorb divine cosmos power. The 6 myriad realms' divine suns seem to be cooperating with Qin Yun, releasing even stronger sunlight that shone on the battlefield. He is recovering divine cosmos power. Releasing divine cosmos golden tendons can indeed quickly absorb divine cosmos power. But this kind of divine cosmos power is not pure. It is also very turbid and not refined. If it explodes inside the body, it will be very harmful. Xiao Hong said in shock. Moreover, once the divine cosmos golden tendons are attacked, the pain is like heart tearing and lungs tearing. This guy is truly crazy. Tai Wei Granny repeatedly shook her head. Yu Ming gritted his teeth. His expression is grave as he looked at the wings on Qin Yun's back. He is very sure that Qin Yun has more divine cosmos golden tendons than him. My divine cosmos power is quickly recovering. Qin Yun said with smile, "Little brother, if you want to defeat me, it will not be that easy." Using this kind of method to recover divine cosmos power, can it really be used? Yu Ming asked. Don't forget who I am. I am a divine king. My constitution is very special. I can absorb divine cosmos power from myriad realms' divine suns. Naturally, it will not be too turbid. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Chapter 2878. Qin Yun is not lying. The divine universe power he absorbed through the divine universe golden tendons is indeed very pure. However, he cannot refine it quickly. He needs to refine it inside his body for a period of time before it can fuse with his body. Hearing Qin Yun's words, Yu Ming and the others also recalled that Qin Yun, as a divine king, will be taken care of by the myriad realms' divine Sunday. Many people did not think of this point. They thought that after the divine kings of divine desolate joined the heaven-splitting sect, they would become ordinary people. Only now did they remember that as a divine king of divine desolate, he will definitely receive special care from the nine-sun Dharma spirit. Qin Yun began to walk around the battlefield. He wants to pretend that he is recovering his divine universe power through his divine universe golden tendons. Yu Ming began to panic. He cannot keep up with Qin Yun's speed. Once Qin Yun recovers his divine universe power, he will suffer Qin Yun's berserk attacks again. Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater are very anxious. They can't leave now. It is very strenuous for them to face 4 people who do not care about their lives. For a moment, the people who bet on intersect victory are extremely anxious, especially the older generation who bet big. All of their expressions are ugly. Some even accuse Qin Yun of violating the rules by recovering divine universe power. Xiao Hong said with frown, I thought only you 9-sun divine maiden can quickly absorb divine universe power from myriad realms' divine sun to recover. I didn't expect that this brat can also do it. Of course, he is a sun god. If he can't do it, then who can? Xiao Yuelon said with smile. Very good. We are about to win. Qin Yun shuttled back and forth on the battlefield. From time to time, he would use sky-piercing finger power to attack Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater. These 2 girls feel very wronged. Qin Yun is clearly fighting with Yu Ming, but from time to time he would use dirty tricks on them. Not only that, Qin Yun also used gravity and tree claws to disturb the 2 girls, creating opportunities for his teammates to attack. Because of Qin Yun's sudden interference, Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater were attacked by Lei Li Hui and the others, and are already injured. Once Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater are defeated, 4 members of the Imperial Heaven Battle Team will cooperate with Qin Yun to besiege Yu Ming. Yu Ming's upper limit of divine universe power is very strong, but a strong man cannot fight a pack of wolves. Not to mention Qin Yun has so many divine universe golden tendons, and he also has all kinds of techniques that can give people a headache. At that moment, Yu Ming only wanted to go to the Nine Suns sacred ground to face those alien creatures. At least they wouldn't give him such a headache. Yu Ming closely chased after Qin Yun, then suddenly rushed towards Yu Ting to help her. Qin Yun also attacked at that moment. He jumped in front of Yu Ming and punched him. Yu Ming expected that Qin Yun would be worried about Lei Li Hui and company. After all, with Lei Li Hui and company's strength, they are not Yu Ming's match. Yu Ming is not afraid of close combat. He immediately dodged Qin Yun's fist. At the same time, he chopped down with his palm towards Qin Yun's arm. Qin Yun could not dodge in time and was hit by Yu Ming's palm. Boom! After Qin Yun's arm was hit, a fierce thunder fire burst out and enveloped Qin Yun and Yu Ming. After that, Qin Yun immediately jumped out from the lightning fire. His arm's skin and flesh are lacerated, is charred black. It was nearly broken by Yu Ming's palm strike. Qin Yun tightly frowned. He can no longer use his arm. His skin and flesh have been split open and his bones have been shattered. The only reason it has not been broken is because it is connected by divine universe golden tendons. Yu Ming erupted with at least 1,500 divine universe power, but he was not able to break Qin Yun's arm. Xiao Hong said in shock. Qin Yun's body is truly terrifying. Qin Yun looked at Yu Ming's divine universe power. He only has 300 left. Yu Ming originally thought that the palm strike could not only break Qin Yun's arm, it could also injure Qin Yun. But he still underestimated the strength of Qin Yun's body. This brat's divine universe power is truly terrifying. If I did not use a lot of divine universe power to protect my body just now, I might have suffered a setback. Qin Yun still has lingering fear in his heart. He once again rushed over and released super gravity, enveloping an area. Yu Ming sensed something pressing down on him. He wanted to dodge, but he did not expect that the pressure would cover such a large area. This supergravity is something Qin Yun erupted with exploding universe divine technique. It has more than 1,000 divine universe power. This is not an attack type, but can bring along a very strong gravity that instantly attacked Yu Ming's body. Yu Ming's knees bent from the pressure. Then he quickly used 100 divine universe power to break this supergravity. However, Qin Yun immediately attacked again. A supergravity came down and completely pressed Yu Ming to the ground. Not good. Yu Ming's expression suddenly changed. Qin Yun already arrived beside Yu Ming. He attacked Yu Ming's back with his palm. He used Heaven Extermination 9 Styles Heavenly Shake. Divine universe power released through exploding universe divine technique. Not only can it increase the power of divine universe power by several times, it can also make the divine universe power become very berserk. Using this kind of divine universe power to release Heavenly Shake, its might is very astonishing. After it landed on Yu Ming's back, Yu Ming's entire body was smashed into the floor tiles. Yu Ming is lying on the floor tiles. His body is motionless. His consciousness is still clear, but his body suffered from the fierce shockwave attack. His injuries are very serious. Seeing that Yu Ming is not moving, those people who bet on intersect to win all have ashen complexion. Qin Yun immediately attacked Yu Ting and Yu Rosewater. They were previously disturbed by Qin Yun and were already injured. Now that Qin Yun joined in, it didn't take long for the two girls to be heavily injured and fall to the ground. The moment Yu Ming was defeated by Qin Yun, the outcome was already decided. They also knew they couldn't win, but they still fought to the end. It can be seen that they are not afraid of pain. Until the end, they fought with all their strength, causing Lei Li Hui and Li Shiqian to be heavily injured, Dijong Tsai and Ding Xiaoli to be also heavily injured. Imperial Sky Battle Team wins. Yu Yuan is also startled. Only then did he announce Imperial Sky Battle Team's victory. Even he, the Sect Master, didn't expect Imperial Sky Battle Team to win. The exchange battle is over. The Outer Sect actually won. The Inner Sect had such a big advantage, but they actually lost like this. The elders of Ancient Yu clan are starting to doubt their lives because of this result. Invincible Battle Team is outstanding, but they fought 3 against 5. That's why they ended up like this. Also, they didn't expect Qin Yun's strength to be so terrifying. It's all Invincible Battle Team's fault. If they weren't swept by Ling Tian Battle Team, Yu Ming and the others wouldn't have to bear such a big pressure. Invincible Battle Team is made up of young generation geniuses of Ancient Yu clan. How can they only have this kind of standard? Someone has to take responsibility. What should we do? We lost miserably. When we go back, we need to properly train those brats. The elders of Ancient Yu clan are all criticizing Invincible Battle Team. Qin Yun's arm was crippled. He took out a talisman and stuck it on his arm to heal. Then he took out some other talismans and stuck them on Ding Xiaoli and the others. Even the injured Yu Ming was dug out from the pit by Qin Yun and stuck talismans on him to heal him. After the battle, although Qin Yun's arm was crippled, he is still very energetic. Not only did he heal his teammates, he even stuck healing talismans on Yu Ming, Yu Ting, and Yu Rosewater. Chapter 2879. If it was only the undefeated battle team that lost, the older generation of Yu Ancient clan could still accept it. Because the undefeated battle team had only recently risen up, their starting point was about the same as Ling Tian battle team. At most, the upper limit of their divine cosmos power was a bit higher than Ling Tian battle team. But the undefeated battle team is different no matter in which aspect. They are incomparable to those rookies. Because the youths of the undefeated battle team are all battle-hardened and experienced many battles. They have almost been killed by outer universe creatures several times. The undefeated battle team is very famous in the heaven-opening ancient clan. They are publicly acknowledged to be unparalleled in the first level of the divine cosmos realm. Not only do they have many divine universe golden tendons, their usage of battle god technique and control of divine cosmos power are also very outstanding. Even if they fought 3 against 5, they should be able to win. But they had lost, and they had lost quite miserably. Even though the older generation put the blame on the undefeated battle team, everyone knows that the main reason for their defeat was not because of the undefeated battle team. First, Yu Ming chose the wrong method of battle. If he did not choose team battle, it might have been a different ending. The second was Qin Yun, the variable. Yu Ming's upper limit of divine cosmos power is more than 200 higher than Qin Yun's, but he still lost. Yu Ming did not handle Qin Yun very well. Even though he did not underestimate his opponent, he was not smart enough when dealing with Qin Yun. Of course, Yu Ming did his best. Everyone could see that. Qin Yun's healing talisman is very effective. After all, it is made from white divine sun totem and has white divine sun power inside. Yu Ming has been stuck with 2 talismans and can now stand up. White divine sun's regenerative ability is very strong. Although Qin Yun's broken bones are recovering very slowly, it is mainly because his body is very strong. Many thanks. Yu Ming has recovered a lot and thanked Qin Yun. Qin Yun said with smile, "You're welcome." He is very happy now because he has profited greatly. Yu Ming and the others were immediately taken away by the elders. Originally, they wanted to bark like dogs on the stage, but after the elders found out about their previous agreement, they scolded them for not losing enough face. The Imperial Heaven Sect's inner and outer sect competition has ended. Originally, most of the older generation of the Yu Ancient clan thought that the Imperial Heaven Sect's outer sect was not good enough and was far inferior to the inner sect. Now that the outer court had won, then Yu Yuan and the others would be filled with confidence in the future. Yu Yuan knew very well that Qin Yun's contribution was indispensable for the outer sect to win. Qin Yun had introduced the Ling family's suicidal fellows. If it hadn't been for Qin Yun, they wouldn't have been able to win the battle against Yu Ming. After winning the sparring battle, the 2 outer sect battle teams directly received 12 billion Divine Universe Metal Stones as rewards. They were the Ling Tian battle team and the Imperial Sky battle team. The 2 captains received 2 billion each, while the other members received 1 billion each. At that moment, Qin Yun also saw that there were quite a number of Divine Universe Goldstones on the Imperial Heaven Sex Gold card. He still had more than 5 billion on his card. He had 130 billion from betting, and with the reward of 2 billion, it was 37 billion. Yu Yaoyao promised that as long as Qin Yun wins, she will give 10 billion to Qin Yun. She contacted Qin Yun through the magic mirror and asked about Qin Yun's injuries before transferring 10 billion to Qin Yun. Qin Yun had 47 billion on his Heavenly Imperial Gates golden card. He did not know when he would be able to withdraw all of it. He only has 1 billion Divine Universe Goldstones in his Divine King Heavenly Seal. Cultivating those Battle God technique consumed a lot of them. Because Yu Shangyun won a lot this time, she contacted Qin Yun and told him not to return Divine Moon Clan's several billion. Moreover, she also helped him pay off Ling family's debt. Xiao Yuelon and Xiao Yuemei both won a lot. They each transferred 5 billion to Qin Yun. Qin Yun's golden card from Ling family's Golden Stone Shop has 10 billion Divine Universe Goldstones. Adding the Imperial Heaven Sex golden card, he has about 70 billion Divine Universe Goldstones. This is truly getting rich in one battle. Qin Yun is inside his room. Looking at the 2 golden cards, he chuckled. At night, Yu Yuan finished his business and came to find Qin Yun. And Yu Guang and the other elders are helping the 2 battle team members heal. They're all heavily injured. They need the elders to watch them from the side. They're worried that something might happen to them. Only Qin Yun is not seriously injured. He is counting how much he won. Qin Yun opened the door and invited Yu Yuan into the hall. You stinking brat. Why didn't you tell me earlier that you could release Divine Universe Golden Tendons? Yu Yuan grumbled as soon as he entered. If I knew earlier, I would have bet on you to win. My losses are disastrous. You are clearly our outer sex boss, yet you bet on other people to win. You deserve it. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, Ling Tian battle team's victory is already set in stone. Who knew that you were so sinister? You were still hiding such a trick. A3, my heart hurts so much. If I knew earlier, I would have also earned 20 to 30 billion. Yu Yuan touched his chest. He has a very painful expression. Qin Yun grinned and asked, Secmaster, my performance this time was so good. Don't tell me you don't want to reward me with something. You won so much. What kind of reward do you want? I lost miserably. Yu Yuan unhappily said. He cursed Qin Yun in his heart. This old man lost so miserably, yet he is still thinking about rewards. I also don't need you to give me any reward. Just give me permission to take out all the Divine Universe Golden Stones. Qin Yun took out Imperial Heaven Sex Divine Universe Gold card. This matter is giving him a headache. Imperial Heaven Sex Golden Stone Department has a limit to take out Divine Universe Golden Stones. He can only take out a few 100 million every day. Even if he could take out 1 billion, it would take him several dozen days to take out all the Divine Universe Golden Stones. Of course, Yu Yuan knows that Qin Yun won a lot of Divine Universe Golden Stones. He just doesn't know that Yu Yaoyao transferred 10 billion to him. The cultivation of the Divine Space Realm indeed requires a large amount of Divine Universe Goldstones, but they are mainly used to buy medicinal pills. Yu Yuan frowned and said, Brat, what do you use your Divine Universe Goldstones for? Don't you want to buy pills? Qin Yun said with a smile, Why should I buy pills? I have my own methods. Don't forget that I am a Divine King. Imperial Heaven Sex Golden Stone Department indeed has a limit, but you can use the gold card to buy a large amount of pills. There is no limit. Yu Yuan said with a smile, Don't tell me your own method of recovering Divine Universe power is better than space returning Divine Pill. When cultivating, one needs to consume a large amount of Divine Universe power to strengthen one's Divine Universe or use it to temper one's body and Divine Universe Golden Tendons. Space returning Divine Pill can quickly recover Divine Universe power. So from Yu Yuan's point of view, Qin Yun wants Divine Universe Golden Stones to recover Divine Universe power. I don't only use it for cultivation, I also want to buy other things. Qin Yun sighed and said, Secmaster, you don't know, I have many people to feed. Moreover, I also want to buy materials. Space returning Divine Pill can recover Divine Universe power very quickly but it is far inferior to Divine King Heavenly Seal. Moreover, the price is also very expensive. It is better to use Divine King Heavenly Seal to consume Divine Universe Golden Stones. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.